This man alone in the history of this sport is the only one ever to have won the Daytona 500, the Indianapolis 500, and the World Grand Prix Driving Championship. An extraordinary achievement, and it'll put him in the history books forever as he takes the white flag, the last lap here at the Road America 200.
Mario Andretti is really a household word, Brock. When the cop stops you to give you a speeding ticket, he says, "Who do you think you are, Mario Andretti?"
No question about it. There have only been 3 or 4 people in the history of the sport that have been synonymous with race driving, and Mario Andretti, along with, I suppose, Barney Oldfield and A.J. Foyt and perhaps Tazio Nuvolari, are the only ones. And worldwide, he is one of the most famous and certainly one of the most successful drivers ever. And a nice man as well, a real gentleman.
You know, I think at this moment, Brock, is when you start hearing things, you start imagining things are happening possibly. When you're this close to a victory, the engine sputters a little bit, you think, oh, I'm out of fuel. Well,
I'm sure he's looking at that fuel pressure gauge, which the car carries, and watching that needle very closely and watching his revs, because he's got himself a very solid lead, and it would be one of the most awesome failures imaginable to have that thing sputter to a stop right now with only less than 2 miles left. He's about halfway around his 4-mile racetrack here at Elkhart Lake and running smoothly, unchallenged, and got to be thinking about things, though. You're right. He's hearing all sorts of things, I'm sure, right now. He's had clutch problems. He's had to manually kick that thing in and out of gear without the clutch most of the days. He goes past an emergency vehicle. Derek Daly, by the way, has gotten off on the grass, and that's why those vehicles are out there. No problem, really. No injuries or anything. As Mario slides through turn 12, notorious today. Boy, we've seen some real action on that corner.
So Mario Andretti just 2 turns away from winning the Road America 200 and probably holding his breath right now, as is everybody in his pit.
Boy, oh boy. One last hill to climb, up that little incline, up the big, long main straightaway. In a couple of seconds, he'll be able to see that checkered flag hanging out there, which means victory. Now he can't lose. There, across the finish line, a victory to Steve Evans.
The white flag. Nick Pinaro, the starter, shows it to the leader, Mario Andretti, and to John Paul Jr. in second place. A little less than a mile now if John Paul Jr. is to get past Mario Andretti.
I don't think so, Paul. He's losing ground, but by the same token, remember, the mechanical difficulties could happen any time. It's happened to me many times, and it could happen to Mario.
Mario Andretti now with slower cars in front of him between he and the checkered flag as Andretti comes alongside Steve Chassis. Chassis doesn't see him, but Andretti gets past. Chassis almost turned into him. Now John Paul Jr. comes off the corner, but Mario Andretti wins the Las Vegas 200. John Paul Jr. comes across the line in second place, and that Budweiser crew begins a celebration as Carl Haas, the owner, begins throwing kisses to everybody. Nick Pinaro has the white flag. A little over a mile and a half for Mario Andretti. Brabham in second place. Sneva in third. Sneva's apparently done some practicing on road courses over the winter. But look at Andretti. Oh, Mario, there's not a lot you can say about that. He's run all day in this kind of a fashion. It looks like the car has been on rails. There's Jeff Brabham still in second place, about a minute and 5 seconds back. Young Mike Andretti stayed in the fight. He's currently running in 10th place despite his early problems with the wing. Once he got the wing fixed, he really started to fly, but he was already too far back. Brabham's car falters just a bit. Here's Tom Sneva. Tom went back to driving school over the winter, learned how to handle these road courses. It's paid off. He's currently running in third. There is Crawford and Fittipaldi right behind your 4th and 5th position cars. And Crawford with just a wonderful run. Now Mario Andretti, he's being ever so careful. Double clutching every shift up and down. Taking ever so much care of this race car. A turn to the right. Off of the Seaside Way stretch. The 10th turn, the crowd already going berserk with a victory for Andretti. His second here in Long Beach. He heads for the International Hairpin. Listen to the crowd. Andretti accelerates off that last turn. There's the checkered flag for Mario Andretti. 55,000 people cheer for Andretti. His first victory at Long Beach. The white flag out for Mario Andretti. Just 1 lap to go. There he gets his first glimpse of his son Michael's car against the wall. He looks over there. I'm sure that Michael made every effort to be visible as he came by.
Sure he did. He probably was out of our shot and he was waving, because that would be excruciating.
Mario Andretti, certainly a lot of worry, closes up behind Al Holbert. Less than a lap to go now. A race that we thought would see rain the entire way. The course dry just before the start. Mario Andretti started on the pole. It was his 11th road course pole.
This has been one of the most interesting races I've seen in a long time, Paul, because of the type of track, the rain, the racing that we've seen. It's really been good today.
There's the crew, Maggie Smith and everyone. They're not going to celebrate yet. There's still quite a few turns to go. Mario has the command, though. He's in charge. Car number 3, that Budweiser Lola. Turn number 11, a sweeper back to the left. Now he can see the checkered flag ahead of him. Nick Finoro has it. Mario Andretti flashes past, and Mario Andretti wins the first race at the Meadowlands. And look at the crew now. They've got it. No more worry. Daryl Soppy takes off his headphones. He doesn't have to worry about it. And the pit board out to Mario Andretti states it all. We win.
Andretti continues to lead the 500 as we are watching the white flag comes out for Mario Andretti. Now Sneva closes up. This is where it tells. Scotty Brayton is right in front of Andretti. Andretti closes down on top of Sneva, shuts the door on him. Scotty Brayton surely knows that the leaders are coming behind him. Less than 2 miles to go now. Now just at 1 mile to go. Down the backstretch. Here is Andretti. This is where the race was decided last year. What will happen here in 84? Andretti down through turn 3. Through turn 3, through turn 4. Sneva's trying him on the inside. An accident on the backstretch. An accident on the backstretch. As they come to the line, they'll see the yellow flag and the checkered flag. And Mario Andretti appears to win the race, but boy, it was close. It was close with an accident on the backstretch at the same time, similar to last year.
And the white flag comes out for Mario Andretti. He has 4 miles to go, 1 trip around this Road America course, and he'll win the Provimi Veal 200. We already thank the technical crew of ESPN for the performance this weekend. There are some other people we would like to thank. Our helicopter shots that you have seen throughout the telecast, provided by pilot Don Warner. Also, we'd like to thank the Provimi Veal people, Ott Grunenfeld and his public relations people who have treated us extremely well this weekend, and Dick Miller, of course, the public relations director for Provimi Veal, and the general manager of this racetrack, Tom Watson, who has also provided us some very, very nice things this weekend. Thanks to all of you. We have had a great time here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Well, Mario taking a little wide coming through turn number 4. Now he's in the hurry downs area, going downhill, kind of snaking toward the carousel coming up, which is one of the fastest corners on this racetrack.
Mario Andretti will win his 2nd race in a row and his 4th this year. He was the winner in the very first race at Long Beach, also won at the Meadowlands on the road course, and also won the Michigan 500 just a couple of weeks ago. This will be his 4th victory of the season and will indeed move him into the points lead over Tom Sneva. And by the way, Andretti is the defending champion of this race, so it'll be 2 in a row here at Road America.
And it will be the first time since 1969, the year in which he won the Indianapolis 500, that Mario Andretti has been the points leader at the mid-season point of the points trail. Almost hard to imagine that a man with such skills who has done so many great things behind the wheel of a race car. This is the first time he has led the points this late in the season since 1969. Here he comes for checker, Bob.
Mario Andretti from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, moves uphill, goes under the bridge, and takes the checkered flag as the winner of the Provimi Veal 200. Mario Andretti has won. Bobby Rahal will finish in 2nd position. Mario has the hand raised already, waving to the crowd. Into turn number 1, Andretti has won again on the PPG IndyCar Trail.
Here's the start-finish line, the white flag from Nick Finoro as Andretti begins his last lap here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. He is looking for victory in the Escort Radar Warning 200. The pit crew, you can see Daryl Soppy, the crew chief. Boy, they're really uptight about this one, aren't they? Boy, when things go well, after you've worked all year or all month or all week, it's a good feeling.
You know, it's about this time in the car that Mario Andretti, I'm sure, is hearing little noises and wondering, he's just got one lap to go, and I'm sure that he's hearing all the little innuendos and noises in the car.
Does that really happen?
I'll tell you, Larry, it happens.
You think a guy like Mario, with all those wins, he's won in sprint cars, he's won in dirt cars, winner of the Hoosier 100, he's won races at the high-banked half-mile dirt at Eldora, Grand Prix, Formula 1 wins, he's won in midgets, all those years of experience, stock cars, he won the Daytona 500. You think they'd go away?
You would think it, but I know Mario can tell you, he still hears them each and every time around the track, and it's interesting because it's important also to drive just as hard on the last lap as you have all other 83 laps, because if you start to slow down, you might make a mistake then. That's what you have to be careful of. Stay in your rhythm.
You can see the great support that this Nazareth, Pennsylvania driver, originally out of Trieste, Italy, a long time ago, he and the family migrated to Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and the people here in Ohio and Central Ohio are supporting this man. Checkered flag out, and Andretti and the Lola have won again, the 6th win in a row for the Lola chassis, and the 7th in the last 8 races, and Andretti leads the league with 5 victories.
Oh, it's just like at the 500. Rutherford has spun and hit the wall. Johnny Rutherford spins and hits the wall. 96 laps are completed. If we have to end this race under yellow, what a tremendous disappointment for Tom Sneva, who it looked like was going to catch Mario Andretti. Well, we're sure that Johnny Rutherford didn't want it this way. We certainly didn't want it this way, but this race is going to end under yellow. Here comes the simultaneous yellow and white flags. There's only one more lap to go, and the tow truck isn't even at the Johnny Rutherford wrecked car in turn number 4. So they're going to end, as we showed them to you just a second ago. Mario Andretti is going to win this race. Tom Sneva is going to settle for a very disappointed second, because he was just about to challenge Mario Andretti for the lead. Danny Ungaius looks like will finish in 3rd spot, followed by Al Unser Sr. and then Bobby Rahal. Average speed of the race, 172.03. It'll be slightly less than that because they are under yellow and have less than half a lap to go.
Well, according to the radios that we've been able to monitor from the various teams, the report is it's possible that Emerson Fittipaldi, racing for the first time on a big racetrack like this, constant high speeds, may have gotten up into the loose stuff and forced Johnny Rutherford high and into the wall. But that's an unconfirmed report, of course. It's coming with a little bit of prejudice, too, from one of the teams out there, but that appears to be a possibility for the accident. Rutherford has certainly had a great weekend. The all-time fastest qualifying run in IndyCar history, led the early stages of this race, and who knows, had we not had to stop and break overnight, maybe Rutherford would have won this race going away.
They're coming down for the finish at very slow speed. Mario Andretti is going to raise his hand in victory, we assume, as the double checkers are displayed, and he does salute to the crowd. So does Tom Sneva in 2nd position.
Andretti in turn 11 has to head for the pits now. On this, the white flag lap. But look at Andretti. Andretti stays out. The white flag given to Andretti. 1 lap to go, but the crew wanted him in. Does he have enough fuel? There's Danny Sullivan as he's charging as well. Can Andretti make it around?
Well, we've seen more gambling and flipping of the coins here today than I've seen in many a race. He's going for broke all the way.
This isn't Long Beach. This is Las Vegas. Emerson Fittipaldi comes in on the last lap. Can Mario Andretti keep it running? Paul Newman is holding his breath. Andretti coming into the hairpin turn onto the straightaway. Can he make it to the finish line now? Al Unser Jr. and Sr. just in front of him. Andretti's done it!
Jubilation, of course, in the Andretti pits. Paul Newman, Carl Haas, somebody who looked like they even had a bottle of champagne down here. We saw something flying. This crew is as happy now as when they won the national championship at the end of the fall in Las Vegas.
The 5th place car of Pancho Carter is in for a stop, and it looks like they're trying to get the engine restarted on that car.
I tell you, you subtract the time that he has spent in the pits, Bob, and there's your winner.
Yeah, and it's just not going to go for him. And with only 2 more laps to go, it looks like that Pancho just better stay right where he is.
Well, as we watch Andretti, who's had really another one of those storybook weekends, some of the people who were here this week who just didn't make the show, we mentioned Scott Brayton, Jim Crawford earlier. Steve Chassie was here. And by the way, Steve Chassie in that Chevrolet stock block was timing well in the top 10. He may have been the 5th or 6th fastest when he crashed out. Don Whittington was here, didn't make it. Del Coyne, Raul Bueso, Bill Whittington was the other driver.
White flag, lap coming up, 199 complete. Mario Andretti moves out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. It'll be a clean sweep for him if he can pull off the win here. He has led the most laps. He has qualified on the pole, and he has led every lap of this 200-lap race here at Milwaukee. He comes off of corner number 4. Mario Andretti wins the American 200 from State Fair Park in Milwaukee. Stop number 3 on the PPG IndyCar World Series for 1985.
There's the white flag coming out for Mario Andretti. He has 1.9 miles to go, and this Portland 200 will be his. His interval over Al Unser Jr. is 24 seconds. The Bruno Giacomelli car has already stalled off the course, actually, out of fuel. He passed by it just there in turn number 1. Mario Andretti headed for turn number 2 now. Coming toward turn number 3. This is the final course for Mario Andretti.
Among the active IndyCar drivers, Mario, Al Unser, we told you earlier, Rick Mears, to whom Gary just spoke, Bobby Rahal, Gordon John Cocktail, Bobby. These are the only people who have ever won IndyCar races on road courses. Believe it or not, Johnny Rutherford, Danny Angayas, and Danny Sullivan are also other road course winners in IndyCar racing. And of course, Al Unser Jr. a year ago right here at Portland. Looks like he is destined to finish second to that man right there, number 1, Mario Andretti.
And Mario Andretti now braking in turn number 9, coming out of it, accelerating down the main straightaway, and Mario Andretti has won the Stroh's G.I. Joe's 200 from Portland International Raceway, and the crew and the car owner, Paul Newman, celebrating with a cheer for Mario.
Here comes Michael Andretti off of corner number 9. He's on the main straightaway, and the white flag is showing he only has 1 more lap to go, less than 2 miles, and this race will be over. Let's see if that car has enough fuel to go the distance. His wife looks toward the heavens and says a moment of prayer, hoping that her husband does have the fuel that will put him in victory lane for the 2nd consecutive IndyCar race. Last week, a dominant winner at Milwaukee on the Mile Oval. A completely different kind of racetrack here this afternoon in Portland, Oregon. But he still has the lead. He's rounding corner number 3 now, heading slightly uphill into corner number 5.
The gap when he passed our booth was 2.9 seconds, so he is very, very conservative. Mario is catching him at the rate of 2 seconds a lap.
He is on the backstretch on his final lap. This normally would be the 2nd fastest portion of the racetrack, but Michael Andretti is not going as fast this time as he has in previous laps. It appears as if he is going to make it. He's in corner number 9, the final corner on the racetrack. He comes off the 9th corner. The car is a little slow coming off the corner. He's out of fuel. He is out of fuel, dropping to the inside. And here comes the finish line. Who's going to win it? I think it's impossible to say at this point who won the race.
It looks like Mario.
Unbelievable. Michael ran out of fuel as the car came off the 9th corner. He dropped to the inside. Mario and Little Al were coming quickly. They pulled up and they finished literally side by side at the start-finish line. It appears as if Mario might have won, but we're going to hold off any definite conclusion on that until we can study perhaps the videotape.
Officially, we have Mario as the winner. Michael in 2nd and Al Jr. in 3rd. And I think Michael's wife also thinks that he's lost it because she is in tears down the pit lane at the moment.
Well, it's perhaps the closest and best IndyCar finish in history. Let's go to Jack Arute, who was at the start-finish line. Jack, in your opinion, who won?
No question. Mario Andretti beat him by a scant 4 inches. It was that close. It sputtered. It spurted. Mario, with the killer instinct, even though it was his son, stayed in the throttle as they came across the stripe. It was that close.
Well, the data speed does show indeed Mario Andretti as the winner of the race. It will be win number 2 for Mario Andretti in 1986. He also won at Portland earlier this year. The white flag is displayed by Nick Finaro, and one more circuit of this 2.5-mile tri-oval, and Mario Andretti will have the victory in his pocket. Mario came into this race in 3rd place in the point standings with 75. His son Michael led the point standings with 88, and Danny Sullivan was 2nd with 81. Mario can definitely make some headway in his quest for the PPG Cup for 1986. Mario Andretti now dives low into turn number 2, the tunnel turn, brings the car out for the outside wide retaining wall as he heads down the 1,730-foot north straightaway. Andretti can coast to victory from here. He's off of corner number 3. Sets the car straight away down the long front stretch, and the checkered flag waves. Mario Andretti has won the Domino's Pizza 500 at Pocono.
Now we watch back toward the hairpin. Here he is. Mario Andretti brings it onto the pit straight, and the white flag flies for Mario Andretti. Just one more lap to go. So Mario Andretti on his way to victory. Let's go down to his pits now, and Gary.
They're getting ready to celebrate down here, and what a time of celebration. Paul Newman recently got an Oscar. Carl Haas has got out a new victory cigar, and Mario Andretti's about to get a new trophy here at Long Beach.
Well, Carl Haas and Paul Newman and Mario Andretti all beginning to smell that color of money. And as Newman says, there's nothing that smells quite like it. This is the white flag for Al Unser Jr., the second-place car, as he acknowledges the white flag. And Mario Andretti reduces speed just a bit. All he has to do is bring this car around the circuit one more time. Not only will Mario have the victory, but the Ilmor Chevrolet racing engine will notch its first victory in its entire history. 1 year of development with the Penske team last year. Now they bring the engine to several other teams, most notably this one, Newman Haas. And it is performed here today. 2 of those engines went by the wayside, but Mario's engine has not missed a beat. Mario Andretti makes his final left-hand turn, now pitches the car around ever so carefully, a final right-hand turn, a final burst of acceleration, and Mario Andretti has won the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach.
Well, I can't think of anything better for him right now. Look at Carl, very smooth and very calculated. Paul Newman really ecstatic by this. He so much loves his motor racing.
Here is Mario. Let's go to Gary Lee quickly.
We understand there are 4 gallons of fuel on the pit side tank. They are ready for him to stop. Tyler Alexander called Billy Camphausen over and said, can I have enough guys to push him? But apparently he's gone on by the pit entrance. He's going to stay out.
White flag is falling for Mario Andretti. This is his final lap around. Does he have enough fuel to go the entire distance? Don't go away.
Well, we commented after a second pit stop, David, that if they're calculating just right, they stopped after having gone 17 laps. There were 17 laps to go in the race. Now, Mario seems to have saved a significant amount of fuel the last 3 laps, so it should be a cakewalk.
I think generally his last stint, the last 17 laps, were run at a less fierce pace than that middle 17 anyway, so he should have saved quite a bit of fuel, and if he could do 17 laps for his second stop, he certainly should be able to do it
18
on this stop. Yeah.
Now, we should be able to see his red light on at that location, and we did not, so I think he's probably got enough to go here.
He better have.
There's Dale Coyne is still in the race.
Yeah, through turns 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shifting up and down second and third gear. There's Jeff Brabham, the runner-up car. No fuel light there in the Honda-powered Lola of Jeff Brabham. He checks the mirrors coming down past the speed trap. Jeff Brabham in one of the fastest parts of this racetrack. 175-mile-an-hour plus speeds right there. Progress on Mario Andretti right now going around the carousel, going past the very dangerous kink coming up here. It's a right-hander. He squeezes through. You can see the skid marks. It's almost like looking at Teo Fabi 3 years ago going out through the trees.
Or Davy Jones last year, yes. The BMW GT prototype had a horrendous crash there.
Now in Canada corner, and just a few more.
It's one of the things about this track, of course, is so many tracks, if you get to this stage here, for instance, you're going to be able to coast home. But that's the one thing, of course, at Road America's Elkhart Lake that you absolutely cannot do, because it's a very steep hill, which he's just about to climb. But it doesn't look as if he's going to have to.
He's full power. Here he comes uphill. Mario Andretti races both hands and takes the checkered flag to win the Living Well Provimi 200. Mario Andretti has a clean sweep here this weekend, picking up 22 PPG points and putting himself in 4th position in the point standings, just 2 behind Roberto Guerrero.
The white flag, 1 more lap to go to Mario Andretti. The battle appears to be for second place. Mario well out in front. He's ahead of him, can see his son Michael. You are now riding with Michael currently in 3rd. Can Michael catch that car in front of him. That is Roberto Guerrero, the winner of this race 1 year ago. He's got one lap to do it. This is his next to last chance. There's only one more turn after this. No way, I don't think. Mario Andretti comes for the checkered flag. There's the checkered. Mario Andretti wins it. His first win here in 11 years. And the white flag comes out. Mario Andretti has another lap to go, and the win will be his. Here comes second and third. Ray Hall, followed very closely by Danny Sullivan. Sullivan, the pole sitter in the race, is running in third. Mario Andretti, meanwhile, streaks around that corner number 5, the long sweeping right-hander. Braking now and heading for turn number 5. There he is through turn number 5. And here comes second and third, Ray Hall and Danny Sullivan. I think Ray Hall is going to be able to hold off the challenge, but if he does, well, I mean, we gave the co-drivers award to Mario Andretti and Bobby Rahal. Mario hit the wall. Sullivan got out, or rather, Rahal got out of shape twice in turn number 3, and still these guys finished first and second.
That's incredible. They have driven one whale of a race today. Sullivan is still moving in close now. There he is, right on Rahal's tail coming off of turn 10. It could be any way here.
This is the battle to the checkered flag. This is where Sullivan is going to have to do it if he can. He closes in, but I don't believe he's going to be able to do it. They come through turns 11 and 12. Mario wins. Ray Hall second, and Danny Sullivan is third. A great IndyCar race at Cleveland.
This is what makes IndyCar racing so popular throughout the country.
Emerson
Fittipaldi.
Inside they touch.
Oh, he bobbles.
And Fittipaldi is off the end of the Lakeshore straightaway.
Emo's gone on the exit
Michael
road.
Andretti continued on and continues to lead. Fittipaldi trying to get straightened out so he can go. Fittipaldi taking the inside line at the end of the Lakeshore straightaway. The two cars touched. Fittipaldi went off. Fittipaldi continues in second position. Danny Sullivan, who's in third, is a lap down from Fittipaldi and Andretti, but Michael Andretti, provided no damage was done that would cause him to stop, Michael Andretti is on his own.
Emerson Fittipaldi on a silver platter, Tom, just gave it to Michael Andretti.
Well, I'm not sure on a silver platter, but, you know, good contact. They were lucky to get away with that. Emo had the foresight to get the clutch in and keep the engine running.
We got the white flag, one lap to go. Michael Andretti less than 11 turns from winning.
There's Emo. He's by for the last lap signal. And you're right, Danny Sullivan well back in third. Worse than a bridesmaid this time, in fact, Jeff. It'll be
Here
Michael
comes the replay
Andretti's
on the
day.
Diamond Vision. If you can see a screen where you are in an executive.
Oh,
there
top.
we go.
Oh, he banged
Pretty
him
good
aside.
contact down there. Emo tried on the inside. He must have had a little more horsepower down the back straightaway. Got a run on him, got the draft, got inside of him, and then Michael sort of came down to block his position.
Michael Andretti through the twisty little parts of the course.
Look out, we've got a new race winner at 89.
Number 6.
A new name on the trophy and the Molson Indy, and I don't think we can blame Michael for that bump, Tom.
Oh, no, he's just protecting his part of the racetrack. That's his to work on, and he did a good job protecting it. Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Oh! The Andrettis finally win in Southern Ontario.
And Michael Andretti finally wins our race. The 1989 Toronto Molson Indy champion, car number 6, Michael Andretti.
There is Bobby as he maneuvers around this course. Mario Andretti trying to close down on Bobby. The white flag comes out for Michael Andretti. Will he be the first repeat winner of the Michigan 500? Allenzer Jr. falls a little further behind as Michael Andretti comes off of the second turn. Michael Andretti working his last lap. Mario Andretti trying to catch up to Teo Bobby. On the final lap now for Michael Andretti. The last pass down the backstretch. Heads into turn 3. That bright white Haviland machine working its way around this track off of the 4th turn. There is Michael as he screams toward the line. The twin checkered flags are out, and Michael Andretti has scored a repeat win, the first driver ever to do so in the Michigan 500.
One more lap. White flag is extended. They flop the flag for the final time. It is Michael Andretti closing up on Ray Hall to just dust off the entire field. This has been some impressive race for Michael Andretti. It's been the biggest advantage anyone has enjoyed this year. Michael Andretti storming around this 2.5 miles, 17-turn track at a record speed. New record being established for the Detroit Grand Prix by the young man from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, 28 years of age, whose dad is going to stay here and sponsor a party for the crew workers all around this racetrack. This kind of man Mario is. World champion, Indy champion, Daytona champion, but Mario is, I think that's what's so neat about the Andretti's. They're people's people.
I think here we're seeing a little discretion is the better part of valor. I think Michael could have put a lap on the entire field if he had wanted to be a little macho. But it looked like he pulled up behind Bobby Rahal and said, no, I'm going to settle down and just be happy to win this thing and not worry about being a lap on the field.
Bobby's saying, oh, didn't see you there. Well, it looks like he's also going to get revenge for that Milwaukee finish when he had the race won. Just absolutely his, no question about it. And then, boom, 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 out of fuel. A couple of laps to go. That was disastrous in Milwaukee. And Michael, right now, is on his way. Looks like he is clearing out everybody in the last moments, except one man for this victory around the Rahal car, getting set for the finish. Give it all to Michael Andretti this afternoon. Gets them all. Boy, he has done a job.
There it is.
The finish. Michael Andretti by nearly a lap.
White flag comes out. One more lap to go for Michael Andretti as he works his way through the chicane. Can he hold on? Is there enough fuel on board? If he falters, can Mario close and get past? There is still a great deal of promise here at Portland. Michael Andretti, unchallenged at the moment, to just get a glimpse of his father running behind him. The battle, too, closing between Allenser Jr. and Danny Sullivan.
I can guarantee you now, Michael is just talking to himself and to his car inside his helmet, hoping he doesn't have a Milwaukee repeat of 2 races ago.
Michael Andretti won 1 week ago on the streets of Detroit. Some say that he is driving finer than any other driver in the series and has been for some time, failed only by his equipment from time to time. So will Michael Andretti make it? He's on the home stretch now. The checkered flag in Nick Bonoro's hand lies just ahead. And there it is. Michael Andretti wins here at Portland. We watch the battle for second coming to the line as well, as Michael Andretti has won and Allenser Jr. is able to hold off Danny Sullivan in a charge for 3rd place. Mario Andretti finishes in 2nd.
He said at the outset, this is a course that takes everything a driver has all the way around. You've got to fight the car, hustle the car. It's bumpy, it's tight, and there's no room for mistakes. That is a portion of the track right there we just saw, where a lot of big ones have been made over the years here.
They're still not able to get that car out of the way. I guess they're going to leave it set there. Everybody knows where it is, so it's they have the caution standing in the corners. But Michael Andretti is making his push. There's car owner Carl Haas, and he hasn't chewed on that cigar. It must be a brand new cigar. He's usually got them chewed clear down to the nubbin.
Looks like a Little League baseball bat. Less than 2 laps to go now as Michael Andretti is running alone, heading towards the victory in the 7th Meadowlands Grand Prix.
Here's Chris Mears waiting for Rick to come around, who probably, it looks like at this point, will be in 2nd. So Michael Andretti leading, Rick Mears in 2nd. Teo Fabi in the Porsche is running in 3rd position.
1 lap to go. The white flag comes out. The final lap, the big one, of 150. And here comes Michael Andretti driving a near perfect race. There's been trouble all around. Earlier his dad went out as he collided with Bobby Rahal, the defending champion. Michael Andretti eluded trouble all the way around. Extended his lead. He's led for virtually all of the race after those caution laps early. The car ran perfectly and the pilot was just as good.
He could bump it out of gear and coast home now. He's coming around the final turn down the front straightaway to take the checkered flag from Nick Fenora. There it is.
Michael Andretti wins his 3rd Hart Indy Race of the year.
Cheever trying to hold off Sullivan. Look, he pulls out a nice little stretch under acceleration. But of course, remember, Cheever gets on the brakes first at the next turn, and Sullivan closes it right back up again.
White flag. Michael Andretti is on the final lap. Just 2¼ miles to go. His father will come across the line again about 10 seconds back. The race, though, is not over yet. Remember, Michael still has that problem with the wing. Remember that the course is still very damp in some places, very dry in others, so anything could happen. Michael Andretti, you see him now in the cockpit. He knows that he is very close to the finish at this point and could score the win here today, and that will put him strongly back in the points fight. Remember that Michael Andretti, during qualifying, drove, as Derek Daly pointed out, his car head-on into a tire barrier, had to sprint to get to the backup car. In fact, ward off the doctors who wanted to look at him. They got their examination done. He went right into the backup car and qualified in the last lap of qualifying, taking the pole away from Danny Sullivan, who had been quick time up to then. Now, with an excursion off the course, with all of the rain, then the dry, then the rain again, it's been a very long weekend for Michael Andretti, and it looks like it is about to pay off as he circles on the last lap.
And those hardened enthusiasts might remember Teo Fabi had a big crash in practice last year. He used his spare car for the pole and went on to win the race. Almost a carbon copy of this year.
So Michael Andretti, the Kmart, Haviland Lola, turning now into the carousel. One more left-hand turn to go. Twin checkered flags now fly for Michael Andretti, who wins here at Mid-Ohio, and his father will come across the line in second place. In the pits, apprehension. There's Teresa Fittipaldi. Can her husband come past? The white flag comes out for Michael Andretti. It waves for Fittipaldi as well. Rick Mears will come across in third place starting the last lap, with Al Unser Jr. closely behind.
Without a mistake and a mechanical problem or a fuel problem, Michael looks as if he has the handle of Emerson Fittipaldi, but Emerson remembers what happened last year and hopes that Michael has not quite made the calculation, which is the mistake they made last year.
For Michael Andretti, his last time down towards Station 5 and through the woods. There comes that battle with Al Unser Jr. challenging Rick Mears. And little Al is right there coming to his favorite braking area. Is he close enough to maneuver? No, he's not. Fittipaldi comes up, continuing his chase of Michael Andretti. On the last lap at Road America. A most unusual race, but it almost always is here at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Michael is definitely putting the challenge to Al Jr. by winning the last two races. He said in an interview recently, all I got to do is win the last five, and people joked. Now he's won the two.
This is the crew. They're watching this picture right here, the onboard camera feed. Heading for the King, out of the gravel pit. Down as fast as he can go, waiting till the last second to touch the brakes as he heads into Canada Corner. A right angle right-hander. Fittipaldi not within striking distance at this moment. But there he is. He inches closer. Back up. He climbs an elevation once again. Out under the bridge for Michael Andretti. The Kmart Haviland Lola, Newman Haas, perhaps back-to-back wins. It's a final corner just ahead. Fittipaldi maintains position as Michael Andretti begins to climb the hill now. And it'll be the checkered flag line just ahead for Michael Andretti. As Michael Andretti picks up the win here in the Texaco Haviland 200. Michael Andretti keeps his hopes alive in the points fight. Fittipaldi comes across the line in second place. Texaco Haviland Kmart machine looking for a white flag now.
He told me yesterday, no way we're going to run out of fuel this year. I hope he's right.
The white flag, one lap to go. Was at this point last year that he was devastated. But no, now he continues on at speed.
Halfway down the back straightaway, Paul, we know he can coast the rest of the way, so Michael should make it.
Michael Andretti, as the crew looks ahead, anticipating a win. If he comes all the way around to the checkered flag, the 15th win of young Michael Andretti's career. And now it's already in the record book. Michael Andretti for Nick Finarro's twin checkered flags. And Michael Andretti has won here in Milwaukee. He makes it through that sweeping final turn onto the pit straight. And this time around, he should see Nick Finarro's white flag as he comes down the line. 103 laps are complete for Michael Andretti. If Fittipaldi is going to have a chance, this is it. Just under 2 miles to go for Michael. Is there enough fuel? Here comes Fittipaldi, his final pass completely down the pit straight. He's through the chicane. Michael now works up through 3 and 4. Michael Andretti, his father line just ahead with less than a lap to go now.
Well, there's no way Emerson will catch him now with speed, so the only hope for him is that Michael runs dry. Everything sounds good now, but Michael will listen for every rev and make sure there's no
That spells disaster.
Fittipaldi came across the line 4.6 seconds behind Michael. There's Mario Andretti on board with Michael now. Let's watch and listen on this, the final lap.
Sounds good, looks good.
It was at this corner some years ago that Michael failed and lost the race. It's not going to happen today. Michael Andretti flashes under the checkered flags and becomes the first man this season to win 2 races. Michael Andretti is the winner of the Budweiser G.I. Joe 200. Decision time now as the white flag comes out. Just a tick over 2 miles. 1 lap to go for Michael Andretti. He has not finished here in a very long time. Will he finish in the top spot? Very likely, but it's not over until that checkered flag comes out and the battle for second place continues to heat up. There's Michael on the lakeside straight, the number 2 Kmart Haviland car, and he's looking perfect, but remember that surface is very, very slick. Anything could happen at this point. Michael is certainly well aware of that, but he's also well aware if he hesitates even for a moment, then Fittipaldi, Rahal, Unser Jr., and Lyondike are going to be right on top of him. And Rahal continues to work for second place, right behind Emerson Fittipaldi.
Rahal keeping Emerson honest and on his toes here, but Lyondike made an attempt earlier on to get by Alonso Jr. But look at Rahal. This is his last chance. This is the only time he can make a pass under heavy braking here for turn 9.
Michael Andretti runs all alone. Here is the battle, and Rahal's going to try the brakes, but it won't work here. He climbs in behind Fittipaldi. They come onto the pit straight. The twin checkered flags out for Michael Andretti. Michael Andretti has scored the win, and Rahal strings out alongside of Emerson Fittipaldi, but Fittipaldi comes across the line in second, Rahal in third, Alonso Jr. fourth, Ari Lyondike fifth, and Mario Andretti sixth.
As Michael Andretti comes across the line yet again and sees the white flag. 102 laps now complete, and Michael Andretti starts on his final lap. But this could be a critical juncture in this race because of the concern over fuel. His crew has reported out that they have been in fine shape all the way around. His wife Sandy, as Michael works his way with a dominant lead of 16 seconds over his father Mario, but it looks like Newman Haas may be on their way to a 1-2 finish here at Exhibition Place in Toronto. There's Dad, second place.
There's Dad about to pass John Jones. The Buick still lasting in this race, running very well. Probably not as much power as the Chevrolets, because remember, that is a stock block engine in that Buick, in that RC Aero car.
John Jones runs in 10th place. That's a pretty good ride for that car. Here is Michael, the Kmart Haviland Lola. He works his way on the final lap now and screams as fast as he can for the finish line. And Michael Andretti sees the twin checkered flags. Michael Andretti's 18th career win, and coincidentally the 250th win for Goodyear tires.
So we watch now for the white flag from the start-finish line, indicating 1 lap to go for Michael Andretti. Bobby Rahal and Al Unser Jr. in a pretty close fight just behind. In the Gallus Craco team, fighting among themselves. There's the white flag, and Michael Andretti has a little under a mile and a half to go to victory. If so, too, it will be the 5th victory this year for Michael, far more than any other. But Michael is going to need some good, solid, consistent finishes in the remaining 4 races of this year if he wants to see his first PPG Cup championship. He very possibly will see it this year.
You know, sometimes when you win a championship, things have a habit of falling your way. And I would say Denver, this year, there's another one of those posters of the 200. He's looking down on the racetrack. Denver last week is probably one of the first times things began to go Michael's way. He probably had no business finishing third after all the incidents he had in the race, yet he came through, got the point, began to roll his way.
They're playing it so very careful in the Newman Haas pits because they're still not sure. But here comes Michael past the pit entrance and onto the pit straight. Michael Andretti now can see the checkered flag line just ahead. And Michael Andretti has won at Vancouver, and he's won 5 of the last 9 IndyCar races. So they celebrate now at Newman Haas.
Here comes 3rd place, Bobby Rahal. And Scott Pruitt in 4th place down the hill. And there's the battle between Rick Mears and Al Unser Jr. as they continue to fight it out for 5th place. Over on the start-finish line, the white flag comes out to Michael Andretti, indicating 1 more lap to go. A final pass through the keyhole carousel. And then down the long straightaway. Fuel should not be a problem. The only problem for Michael was Emerson Fittipaldi. And as they came across the line, because of the traffic, Fittipaldi was a full 3 seconds back from Michael Andretti.
It just shows you how big a part traffic can play in these races. Michael got through, but in a flash, by just getting caught in this section here of the racetrack behind Greenfield and Matsushita, Emerson lost a full 3 seconds.
Well, Michael Andretti working on his final lap here on possibly his 20th career win, which will, by the way, tie him with Bobby Rahal for 13th on the all-time win list. Michael Andretti will pass Bobby Rahal in the points here. At the same time, he catches him in career wins. Oh, Michael Andretti in the final quarter mile of the racetrack now. Sweeps around the carousel. On to the pit straight, and there are Nick Finauro's checkered flags as Michael Andretti has won the Pioneer Electronics 200 and picked up the lead in the points. It's the first time Michael has led in the PPG point standing this year.
Once again, Michael out in front. And they should see the white flag. Indeed, Michael does. He recognizes he has 4 miles to go. But this may be the longest 4 miles of his career. You saw the speed as he flashed past. Because the bonus point, the race, maybe even the championship, lies on this final lap.
Shelley thinks no. Shelley thinks no. He's too far back. Now, they can't see what happened down at the carousel. That's what I was trying to think about earlier on. They can't see what happened over there. Oh, look at that. Again, he uses all the road.
Slower car of Hiro Matsushita just in front of both of them, and then another car. They will have to handle both of those during this lap. Matsushita comes off to the side of the course, giving an opportunity for Michael to come through, then regains the line. And the rain that we saw was really only in one section of the racetrack. It's dry through here, but just ahead is where we saw rain earlier.
Just exiting this right-hand kink that we went inside Al Jr.'s car. That's where we saw the rain. In fact, look, you can see it on the back of Carl Haas's jacket.
Al Unser Jr. trying to handle up the slower traffic as Michael Andretti has the lead for the moment in the final lap of this race. Whoever leads this lap will also get the bonus point, which could be absolutely critical toward the end of this season. Michael Andretti tiptoeing now, being very careful as he comes off the carousel through the gravel pit.
Now we know why Michael was running just a little bit slower earlier. We see that yellow and red flag that denotes oil or moisture on the racetrack. It is raining out on this back section, but Michael Andretti is now clear and safe.
Michael Andretti makes the turn down into Canada Corner. That's Paul Newman. As is he looking at another victory this year? Michael will break the record with the most victories in a season for the Indy cars if he can score his 21st career win, and it looks like he's very definitely on his way. Michael Andretti, the final corner as some rain begins to pick up over on the pit straight. He climbs the hill. Al Unser Jr. is well back, and Michael Andretti and the Newman Haas Lola has taken the win here at Road America.
This year, almost everything bad has happened to other people. That's what happens when you get on a roll, particularly a championship roll. So all the bad luck seems to have gone up and down the pit lane and missed Michael Andretti most of this year.
The momentum has been wonderful for Michael, but as he flashes across the line, he takes a look at the white flag, telling him there is one more lap left in this, your championship season, Michael Andretti.
Traffic ahead of him, but he has plenty of time to take his time, take the right line, whatever he wants to do. The one thing he'll watch is where Al Unser Jr. is, and he's still almost 12 seconds behind.
The 9th time that a kart race has been led flag to flag if Michael can only finish this lap. 7 times it has been done by Andretti's, 4 times by Mario, and now 3 by Michael, if he can only make it to the checkered flag. But let's not forget yesterday when he took the win on the last corner.
Unbelievable circumstances. Michael already set a record with his 7 wins earlier, now about to push that figure up even further to possibly 8 wins in one season. Phenomenal.
Mario still trying to hold on to that podium position and keep 3rd place away from Emerson Fittipaldi. Hiro Matsushita just ahead of them, and Mario carefully alongside Matsushita. Fittipaldi climbing up behind him now.
It's going to be very difficult for Emerson to do anything about it now.
Michael Andretti, the 11th and final turn, the last turn of the racing season. And as the new champion, Michael Andretti takes Nick Fenoro's checkered flag. He takes the season, he takes the race. Michael Andretti, with an incredible record-breaking year, wins the title now by 34 points in his 22nd career victory, which puts him 11th on the all-time list.
Michael has run out of fuel here before. Unbelievably, he did exactly a copybook style of what he's doing today, dominated the whole event, and ran out of fuel on the last lap. I'm sure that is a bad memory for him that he is very aware of.
Mechanically, the car has gone the full distance. The white flag is now in Nick Fenoro's hand. Michael Andretti has already seen and acknowledged it, as has Emerson Fittipaldi. So it is a run now for the finish. Is there enough fuel on board both of these cars? Allinger Jr. takes the white flag. So everybody's going for the finish of the race. It's in the hands of the driver and to some degree in the hands of the fuel tank. Look at the apprehension in the pits. Neither one of the lead cars in contact at the moment. Here is Michael Andretti. Andretti running through this giant sweeper. Now moving over to the backside of the course.
And Michael's lead is still considerable over Emerson. He's still above 7 seconds. We can see a long gap there, so Michael can be slightly conservative. But he looks strong, but he's not finished yet. But he does look very strong. There's Emerson. There he is.
Emerson Fittipaldi closing down considerably during this final lap. There is Fittipaldi. That was Rick Mears right behind him. And here is Michael on the main stretch. The luck is about to change for Michael Andretti as he takes the checkered flag and scores his 3rd win in a row here in Portland. Michael Andretti's luck has changed. He's out in front at the finish. Michael Andretti looking very strong here. Bobby Rahal would have to hope something goes wrong on Michael's car if he is going to pick up the win of this race.
Even the yellow flag won't help Bobby Rahal right now. He needs Michael to drop out.
White flag showing to Michael Andretti. Sandy Andretti watches. Michael to the backstretch as he continues to roll at full power. Bobby Rahal 18 seconds back trying to catch him. Michael Andretti slowing off the 4th turn. Michael Andretti, did they cut it too close as the yellow comes out? And it comes out for a situation over on the backside of the course. And Michael Andretti comes to the checkered flag and takes the win with the yellow at the same time. And that's Raul Boisel that got in trouble on the final lap of the race, assuring Michael Andretti a win. Yep. Now there's Rahal with that stop running a full 19.5 seconds back of Michael Andretti and Nick Fenoro with the white flag. One more lap to go, 1.78 miles for Michael Andretti. And it's a time that you traditionally refer to the worries of the race driver. Bobby, truly on this lap, is it a difficult run?
Oh, it certainly is, and especially with Michael. Think of all the bad luck he's had, almost winning some races this year and dropping out. So, boy, I'll tell you what, he shifts it easy, he turns it easy, watches the traffic easy, definitely doesn't turn much RPM.
So Michael Andretti now totally without challenge on the final lap.
And, of course, what a relief mentally for him that Rahal had to make that pit stop. That has basically allowed him to enjoy these last couple of laps, which he would not have been able to do with Bobby Rahal in his mirrors. It's rare that a driver gets a chance to savor a win coming up, and I think Michael is able to do that right this minute.
And Michael Andretti heads for the checkered flag. No one else in contest on this field. As we come to the closing lap, Michael Andretti makes the final turn onto the pit straight. And the Kmart Lola has taken the win here in Toronto. And another victory for the Ford engine. And 25 victories now go into the record book for Michael Andretti. Michael is running a pace of full 5 miles an hour faster than last year. So here is the turn that will carry him back under the SkyTrain tracks and toward the pit straight. Seems like there was a little hesitation as he came off the corner to look at 1 lap to go.
Look at that right front tire. See that black band all the way around the tire? See it right there? I wonder, is that the beginning of a blister? I don't see it so much here, but as he goes through the windy stuff, you can clearly see a black band. Not too much there, so maybe it's not a blister.
You also get the impression from several of the shots that there's a lot of tire debris and marbles right at the edge of the groove that also could be picked up from time to time. Michael Andretti working the last 1.5 miles of this course.
He has been the key factor throughout the day and has remained for the most part unchallenged. This finish at the front of the field will give Michael a tremendous boost in the points fight and will give him a chance at 2 PPG championships in a row. He carries the #1 right now for last year's championship. Coming to the line too, Al Unser Jr. will be chasing Michael Andretti. The last set of corners for Al Unser Jr. as he comes onto the pit straight. And there is the twin checkered flag for Michael Andretti as he takes the win in the Kmart Haviland Rolla. Onto the pit straight one more time, completing the lap there underneath the bridge. Michael Andretti looking at a flag-to-flag win as the white flag comes out indicating one more lap to go, but still he must be so very careful. Johansson lets him pass. Bobby Rahal comes past and down into the first turn in 3rd place and on his way to an IndyCar championship. To lose it now, something desperate would have to happen at that particular race car, dropping him well behind, and that is not likely.
Well, the only part of Michael Andretti's dream weekend that didn't fall into place was a lack of performance by Bobby Rahal. Otherwise, Michael has done everything possible, and I said it earlier on. Remember also, Mid-Ohio, total dominance, 0 points. How the whole season can come down to just one race, but really you have to look back on the full season to get the full picture of what happened in this championship.
On the last lap, no one in contest with Michael Andretti. He has passed Stefan Johansson. He has clear sailing for the 5th time in his IndyCar career. He is looking at a flag-to-flag win, a clean sweep. Down heading now for the final corner and the pit straight, and turning up toward Nick Fenaro's final checkered flag. Michael Andretti on the pit straight now. A perfect day as he takes the win for the Newman Haas team in the Kmart Texaco Haviland Lola. Back at the front of the field, the white flag has come out for Nigel Mansell, but is there enough fuel here? Is there enough fuel in Fittipaldi's car? Fittipaldi is now just 9 seconds back, and Robbie Gordon sits almost behind Fittipaldi. He has only to handle up Bobby Rahal. So this race most certainly is not over yet.
You think strategies don't change at the very last of the race when there's no fuel left? Everybody is wondering. You know, they have all of their onboard computers, but they don't even believe those when it gets down this close.
A very partisan crowd here in Australia in favor of Nigel Mansell. They are going to go nuts. They did so when he scored his pole position. Now they have a new award for pole, $10,000 for pole, and if the pole winner can also win the race, it's another $15,000. So it's going to be a very lucrative day for Nige if he can only make it to the checkered flag. Yes. There's that battle going on still. Robbie Gordon has not made it around Rahal, though he tries him there.
Paul, I don't think Robbie Gordon is really trying right now. He's just hanging on. He's going to settle for 3rd place.
Would be a smart maneuver if he did so. But now Robbie Gordon is around Rahal, and now is trying to close and pass Fittipaldi. This is the battle on the field as Nigel Mansell continues his pursuit of the checkered flag and his first IndyCar victory.
Now, Emo's not going to just give up and let him pass. Emo will run it out of fuel before he'll let Gordon pass.
Watching for Nigel Mansell, looking for Jim Swintal's checkered flag. And it will be a history-making event, too, as here he comes. Nigel Mansell has scored the victory in the Kmart Haviland Lola. You wonder if Carl can hold his breath along with Paul Newman for the remaining distance, because as Mario comes around this time, Jim Swintal will have the white flag indicating one more lap to go, and Mario Andretti will be on his way to victory number 52, second on the all-time list to A.J. Foyt. 31 of his wins have come on ovals, and Mario Andretti has taken that white flag. Paul Newman watching. They hope for Mario Andretti the dry spell may finally be over. Traffic just ahead of him, ever so careful now, as Mario Andretti can see the checkered flag just ahead. Twin checkered flags come out, and Mario Andretti in the Kmart Texaco Haviland Lola has taken the victory. What a weekend for Newman Haas Racing. An incredible time, and Paul Newman couldn't be happier.
It just shows you never quit. You never can tell what's going to happen.
There's a very special bond between Paul Newman and Mario Andretti, of mutual respect. Neither of them likes to be predictable. Mario's used the phrase so often, you wear the armor. He drives as a gladiator. Today he fought his way through the traffic, the tensest and most difficult race in Phoenix in many, many years, and came out front. And now all he has ahead of him is an empty track as he comes up to the checkered flag area here. Were the race to end this way, Mansell would have a whopping 70 championship points, and Bosell would move into second with 52.
Nigel Mansell takes a look at the white flag. He sends himself down the back straightaway. One straightaway to go now on the backside. Nigel Mansell taking a look down inside of turn number 3, and Mansell can sense that checkered flag ahead. Bosell tries to close in. He can't get the job done, and Nigel Mansell picks up the win. Nigel Mansell's first win on an oval, and he continues his point lead. Congratulations to Newman Haas in second place. Bosell
on to the 4th turn now, and this time around he should see the white flag. There it is, 2 miles. One more lap to go. Will this make up for the Indianapolis 500? Certainly not in purse, but it may prove something both to Nigel and to his fans. He can indeed win at 500 miles. On the backstretch, just 1 mile to go now. Nigel Mansell on his way to his 3rd win as a rookie. He's won on a road course. He's won on a mile oval. And now as he turns toward home, Nigel Mansell has won on a super speedway and won the Michigan 500.
Quite a good job by Nigel all day long.
And a 1-2 finish for Newman Haas as Mario Andretti flashes across the line in second place.
moving for the final lap now. Traffic moves out of the way. Tracy tries to close. Mansell runs flat out into the first corner. No traffic ahead. He pulls away from Tracy, going through the second corner on the backstretch now. Heading for the third turn. Nigel Mansell makes the turn in. Tracy has little or no opportunity at this point. And here he comes. Happy 40th birthday, Nigel Mansell. There's Mansell as he moves around. He should see a white flag next time around. A white flag not only on this race, but now less than a mile to the IndyCar Championship. Paul Tracy got around Gordon, and Tracy now sits in third, the position that Fittipaldi wishes he had.
There's the traffic jam there that includes Tracy, but Emerson is the key. He cannot get close enough to Gordon to make a difference to have Tracy help him.
The final lap now being run at Nazareth, and there is the checkered flag for Nigel Mansell. The Kmart Haviland Lola takes the win, and in doing so, takes the IndyCar Championship. A piece of history in the making here. Paul Tracy pulls alongside, gives a wave of congratulations to Mansell. Paul Newman, accepting the congratulations from his team members, reaches up to say thank you to Carl Haas for yet another great and successful championship season, this time with their new rookie. He can now, without any question, take any rookie stripes that may be around anywhere off, because he goes from rookie to champion. Nigel Mansell.
Paul Tracy flashes across the start-finish line with the white flag being displayed. Newman Haas cars running first and second. Lola's out in front here. Remember how hard they struggled last year.
Remember that Newman Haas with 2 cars last year, including defending IndyCar champion Nigel Mansell, were unable to win a single race. And today they run 1-2.
You know, the problem Ray Hall is going to have when they have the meetings after the race, if he doesn't get by Michael, is to say, we're really behind. He out-handled us by so much. We couldn't even get by with Michael having less than 2 gears of what we have.
But two third places in the first 2 races put Bobby Rahal on course for the kind of season that wins him a championship, Bobby, you know? He's always so consistent.
So Bobby Rahal, his last chances now if he's going to move into second place. For Paul Tracy, it's all but wrapped up. He's a full 5 seconds ahead of Michael Andretti as they came across the line last time. But Carl Haas has to be more than satisfied with what he has seen, with his cars running first and second as Michael pitches it every way he can, and it looks like he brushed the wall. He did. He catches the wall on the other side. Rahal goes into second place. Michael Andretti just nips the wall coming through the chicane. Rahal now in into second place.
He come out and hit that wall pretty hard. He just got it loose. He knew he had to keep his momentum up the corner. He tried, Paul, but he failed.
Oh, what a frustrating situation for Michael Andretti after a brilliant run with a disabled car to hold into second place. But you can't take anything away from this man. Paul Tracy scores the victory. His first for Newman Haas. Bobby Rahal will finish in second place. The accident on the last lap will give Scott Pruitt a third, Mauricio Gugelmin a fourth, and Danny Sullivan, Gugelmin's teammate, a fifth. So Pac West is going to look very strong here. And Paul Tracy has taken the day here in Surfers Paradise, Australia, while Michael Andretti ends his day disgustingly against the wall.
The Penske team has won twice this year. The Newman Haas team just once, but they lead this one now.
Paul Tracy, in fact, was that winner. As he comes off the corner, he'll see the white flag, indicating just one more mile to go. And he's got to be wondering about fuel. Paul Tracy takes and acknowledges the white flag. Here comes Al Unser Jr. across the line. Less than a mile to go now. Al Unser Jr. closes in just a bit. In fact, he crossed the line just under 2 seconds behind Paul Tracy as Paul Tracy relaxes just a bit. He screams down the back straightaway, makes that turn into turn 4. Al Unser Jr. continues his close. Paul Tracy, you watch for momentum, make sure he doesn't come out of the throttle or out of fuel as Al Unser Jr. closes right behind Paul Tracy, but it's not good enough. Paul Tracy takes his second win of the year. Al Unser Jr. comes home in second place.
Boy, now we have an interesting situation. There's Gugelmin just ahead of that battle. Remember the effect that he had on the lead earlier. Maybe Canadian television will get us back there in a second, but they wanted to get us on the white flag lap for the leader of the race, Michael Andretti.
This is it for Rahal. If anything is going to happen, he's got one more major passing opportunity. Is going to come at the end of this long straightaway. It does not look like he's got a good run on Michael, who is protecting his position, taking a shallow line down that straightaway.
Final chance of a turn here. No chance at all for Rahal.
No traffic ahead either. Good news for Michael as he looks up the track. He's not going to be held up, or doesn't look as if he is, by a back marker.
Michael Andretti through the final set of turns. Rahal still in pursuit, but not nearly close enough to take Michael out of the win. As Michael Andretti on his way to his first win of the season. Rahal still there and trying, loses the back end a little bit as he makes that final try. But here comes Michael Andretti. Final set of corners past the pit entrance. And Michael Andretti takes his 30th career win. And back-to-back wins his 5th here in Toronto.
And the white flag will come out for Michael Andretti. One more mile to go. And Michael will put it back in the win column. And Newman Haas will have another victory. Something they do quite regularly every season. Michael Andretti on his final lap now of the 200 laps here in the Boss Spark Plug Grand Prix, looking for career win number 31. Greg Moore coming toward the line in second place. As Michael comes off the corner, twin checkered flags are there. Listen to that crowd in front of the hometown. Michael Andretti takes his second win here at Nazareth.
It's all down to this.
But remember, you can't pass till you get to the line.
That's right. But Michael, as we saw pass going into turn 1, or coming off of turn 1.
White and green together. Michael Andretti into 1. Al Unser Jr. and Paul Tracy trying to catch him. Boy, Michael got a good run back to the green.
Well, I don't think he's
hold it right through the next corners. And the yellow comes out again as they come to the checkered flag. So the yellow comes out as they come to the checkered. Michael Andretti takes the win.
One lap to go.
1 to go. You heard Lee White tell him. So the race time will run out in about 30 seconds now. They've already given Michael the white flag showing him just 1 lap to go. So it'll be checkered next time around. And Michael Andretti, if his teammate can't catch him, will see back-to-back wins. The same for Lola, for Fort Cosworth, and for Goodyear. But boy, I tell you what, he's still pushing that car pretty heavy.
He was sliding it around there really strong for the last lap, having that cushion he's got. A little bit more cautious out there on the straight.
Well, Michael Andretti on his final circuit here at Belle Isle at the ITT Automotive Detroit Grand Prix. We're listening to his radio as he runs for the checkered flag. Doesn't seem like Christian Fittipaldi can do much about catching Michael Andretti. Well, look at how he's pulled away. In fact, Christian now under a bit of attack by Jill DeFerrin. That crackling sound, that is the radios. As we listen in, now DeFerrin pulls back off of Fittipaldi, and here Michael takes the final tight turn for home, and the checkered flag lies just ahead. And Michael Andretti scores.
It just cost me $1,000 though.
Scores race win 33 in his IndyCar career. We'll have to find out what the $1,000 was all about.
Every year but one in the 14 previous runnings of this race, the winner came from the first 5 positions. The exception being Hector Rebacki in 1982, who won from 9th position. White flag, 4 miles to go for Al Unser Jr., who started the day in 15th and has come all the way to the front.
And I don't believe the history books will have to show. I don't think anybody started this IndyCar race from that far back, and it looks like he's poised to win.
Well, with this victory, if in fact he takes it, Al Unser Jr. will clinch the IndyCar Nations Cup for drivers from the United States. So that much has been decided, but there are several championships still to come. And certainly we have a huge wreck.
Oh, I think that's Parker Johnstone. Parker Johnstone, I don't know what happened.
That is in fact Parker Johnstone.
That car. 2 cars upside. I don't know what's going on. 2 cars upside down in a day.
We understand there may have been contact with Scott Pruitt. Let's see if we can take another look at what happened as Al Unser Jr. continues on his way. This is on the run down to
No, that's Paul Tracy. That's Paul Tracy down the inside. Paul clips him right there at the back. Taps him. They're trying to get through. Slides it sideways. Looks pretty harmless. Whoa, and just dug in the grass. Just must have been enough of a lip there to catch it.
Meanwhile, Tracy.
No!
Al Unser Jr. That's the race leader has lost the engine.
No.
Can you believe this?
Oh, no!
Within sight of the checkered
Just
flag.
coming up the hill.
There's Michael Andretti. There is the Penske pits. Roger Penske cannot believe what he is seeing, and perhaps neither can Michael Andretti, who takes the checkered flag of victory.
2 to go for the leader, Michael Andretti. But let us remember the last lap of the last 2 races and what a difference it has made. Incidents in those last laps. Is Jimmy Vasser, by Rahal gets past, is Jimmy Vasser by trying to push Herta inviting such a disaster? For long, we're going to know the answers to all of it. White flag should come out next time by for Michael Andretti. Next week, of course, we will have the coverage of the Toyota Grand Prix of Monterey from Laguna Seca, and that will determine the IndyCar Championship. What a great run as the championship goes all the way to the final race with a 3-way battle. Onto the pit straight, and there's the white flag waving for Michael Andretti. Back-to-back wins is what it's going to look like for him. Bobby Rahal not in contest, and they're separated by Parker Johnstone. But Rahal's on the move.
Rahal's close. Parker saw him, let him through, doesn't want to get in the way of a race. But I think Michael's still a little too far out in front to make an attempt.
On this, the final lap, Andretti leading Rahal. Christian Fittipaldi is third. DeFerrin sits fourth. Then Unser Jr., then Brian Herta being worked on by Jimmy Vasser. Rahal not in contest. Michael Andretti slamming down the gears now, makes the turn on to the pit straight, and the checkered flag lies just ahead as Michael Andretti takes his 35th career win.
At the top of our show, Paul Newman, partners with Carl Haas and Newman Haas Racing, said, "I feel the need for speed." Well, Michael Andretti has given his team all kinds of speed today in this new chassis engine combination. What a day for Swift Engineering, Newman Haas Racing, and Michael Andretti with 1 lap to go. Down the backstretch. Into turn 3. Moving up to the wall and then down into 4 within sight of the checkered flag. Michael Andretti en route to his 36th career victory, his 11th on an oval. 52nd for the Newman Haas team as the checkered flags wave above Michael Andretti, who has taken Swift to victory. Father Mario looking on, and you can bet there are big smiles all around the Newman Haas pit. Michael Andretti is home with a victory, and we'll be back in just a moment. Stand by for more from Homestead. Michael closing rapidly, and Moore closing behind Andretti. White flag this time by.
Bring it home, Michael.
What else can you say with 1.5 miles to go for Michael Andretti? Check out, that was Father Mario telling Michael, bring it home. There is Moore, who is right there working traffic. Moore absolutely flying through 3 and 4. They'll come off the turn, nose to tail. Greg Moore looking for a way by. He's within a car length, but he won't get it done. Michael Andretti comes through.
Very good. Very good.
Now it's going to be decision time. White flag comes out for Michael Andretti. 1 to go. And Michael Andretti gets around Little Al. Castroneves does too. Al lets all 3 of them pass. Top 3 are still in contact onto the backstretch. Michael Andretti could well be on his way to a win. 1 more corner, and it doesn't look like Castroneves is going to have what it takes. There is still some traffic ahead. They come off of the corner. Michael Andretti roars toward the finish line, and Michael Andretti takes his 38th victory. It's been 24 races since Michael's last win.
Juan Montoya suffered problems with the gearbox that finally proved to be fatal to the car. Montoya is out. He said he thought he could go ahead and win this thing if only he could have kept the car under him, and so he suffered his first DNF of his Champ Car career. There is the field summary at this point with a special note of Max Pappas in his backup car sitting up there in 5th after having a car land on top of him in the aborted start. They moved to the backup car, got it to 5th. Christian Fittipaldi looking for his first career win. This is his 72nd start in the series. But Parker, this is a track that has been good for first wins. Jacques Villeneuve scored his first here. Dario Franchitti a year ago, his first. He is on his final lap. He's seen the white flag.
What a great year for Christian Fittipaldi. He got his first pole position in his home of Rio in Brazil. And now finally he can see this dream come to fruition here at Elkhart Lake Road America, Wisconsin. This is the time where the best person you can have behind you is your teammate. He's got a 3.5 second lead. He knows that he can breathe a little bit. It's when the driver starts to hear sounds, rattles, shakes that he hasn't noticed the entire race. You say a silent prayer or maybe even out loud to make sure this thing can get to the checkered flag. There's going to be a lot of jubilation and a lot of emotion with only 2 miles to go at Road America.
Not long now to what may be the second win for Newman Haas this year. The first 1-2 for Newman Haas since Detroit in June of 1996. But the most important of all, a final long straightaway run for Christian Fittipaldi. The young Brazilian out of that magnificent racing family. His uncle Emerson, his father Wilson, the crew. You think they're holding their breath in that area? Christian Fittipaldi leads it. 72 starts, 1 final turn, climb the hill. Michael is still there, but well back. It looks like it's going to belong to Christian all alone. They come up the hill. Christian Fittipaldi, the elation in that cockpit is going to be awesome. He's finally done it.
Franchitti closes, 1 to go. Only 1 slight chance for Franchitti. It'll come off the backstretch. Franchitti inches closer. Down the backstretch. Heading for the checkered flag is Michael Andretti. No challenge behind Michael. Off of 4, Michael Andretti looks for the checkered flag. And Michael Andretti has taken the win at Twin Ring Motegi, followed by Dario Franchitti, Roberto Moreno, and Cristiano D'Amata.
White flag, Mike. White flag. Probably didn't need to tell him that part. I'm pretty sure he saw that one. 1 to go for Michael Andretti.
And he won't push to get Servi unless Oriol just pulls out of the way. He's got a big margin now, 5.8 seconds on that last lap. He doesn't want it. Well, as you can see, Oriol did the right thing, being a couple laps down, lifted completely out of it to let the leader go through. Michael now thinking, I've only got a handful of corners. The car's running well. Normally you start to hear things and feel things you haven't felt before, going, come on, baby, just get me to the checkered flag. But he's got it well in hand now. Paul Tracy, a great run for Paul.
Paul Tracy was second in 1998. Michael Andretti was second. Tracy second last year behind the then winner, Franchitti. Michael Andretti, it's just a cruise now. 5.8 seconds, still the interval to Adrian Fernandez as they came around on the last lap. Fernandez also a former winner here. Michael is looking right in the face of career win number 40.
2 to go to the $1 million, potentially for Fittipaldi for winning the race. 2 to go for his first championship, and the $1 million to the fair. And we've got a car spinning. A car into the wall. Tagliani, he had an engine let go just before it. It looks like the game may be totally over. Tagliani catches the wall. That was after he got around DeFerrin. It looks like Christian Fittipaldi is going to score win number 2, and Gil DeFerrin is going to take the championship. The yellow and the white flag will come out at the same time. Christian Fittipaldi crosses the line with 2 miles to go. He's followed by Moreno. Tagliani against the wall. That brings DeFerrin back up into that third place. Casey Mears is going to come forward right behind DeFerrin as well. And Fernandez crosses the line with 1 to go, knowing that his championship has just absolutely and totally gone away. A little prematurely, but it looks like a pretty good move. They began to celebrate down in the Penske pits. They're all up on the wall now, so they can celebrate. You can't take anything away from Christian.
Oh, absolutely not. He drove a great race. He's now finally going to be able to take a breath, get ready for his $1 million check. And, of course, Gil DeFerrin, all these years of trying, he's been so close. He was a runner-up in the championship, but now his $1 million payday has come, and all the bragging rights, all the reputation that comes with being a kart champion.
They are wonderful stories down the line. Fittipaldi with his second win. Moreno sitting up there in second place after the year that he has had up and down, and gave his first full-time ride a great run. But what about Gil DeFerrin? One of the nicer men out there. He's quiet, he's reserved, very thoughtful. In all of the meetings you hear him in, he's very careful to pose his questions, but he also wants to make himself quite clear. And what a wonderful story for Casey Mears, who is going to come home in 4th place in his very first race in the Champ Car. And as he comes to the line, record number of winners in a season as Christian Fittipaldi takes the win. Don't forget that ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Keyword ABC Sports. White flag is out. 1 to go for Cristiano D'Amata. 2.1 miles separates D'Amata from his second victory in the Kart FedEx Championship Series.
And the interval back to DeFerrin is stabilized now. It's Toyota, and then 3 Hondas and Kenny Breck in that Ford-powered car. This man, Paul Tracy, just back there in 3rd place, gets the Hard Charger Award. Remember, he started this race back in 15th position. Now in 3rd. Great run for Paul Tracy.
Everyone seems static in position, and the question is whether or not, say, Vassar and Breck, who seem to be the closest competitors on this, the final lap of the race, might swap positions in this last lap.
You just can't make any mistakes, and the only thing you can hope for is the guy in front of you does, and then you don't get involved in whatever his mistake was. But Cristiano D'Amata now knows, I've only got 3 more corners. He's got a gap of 1.3 seconds. He knows he's just got to drive them perfectly, maybe a little conservatively, and he's looking at his 2nd career Champ Car victory, his first on a road course.
Cristiano D'Amata works this course, and while we're running a little bit long here, What with the long cautions, checkered flag comes out. We're going to try to talk to Cristiano on his two-way radio as he wins. And flashbulbs go off in the stand. You would have thought it was an explosion. Congratulations, Cristiano D'Amata. This is Paul Page at ABC. You've taken your second victory, buddy.
This battle for 8th place. Jourdain finished 7th. Actually, I'm looking at his qualifying and finishing positions. Best was 6th at Vancouver this year and a 3rd at Michigan on the oval.
A white flag just came out for Cristiano D'Amata. It also, in its way, signals the white flag of the championship battle. 1 lap to go, and Jill DeFerrin will be the kart FedEx champion and the owner of the Vanderbilt Cup for the 2nd year in a row. Cristiano D'Amata, who won the first race of the season. First ride for Newman Haas Racing. Now with less than a lap to go and an 8-second lead.
He left out one accolade, though, that I think is very important for a lot of drivers. For Gilles Deferrin clinching this championship, it's the $1 million that goes with it, which means we go into that Fontana finale where the winner will also win $1 million.
For Cristiano D'Amata, it will be the 3rd win of his career. The 2nd this year, and will move him to 5th in the point standings. And as Parker suggested, 11th race, 11 different winners in Surfers Paradise. There were reports that Paul Tracy's car on this final lap is on fire. He was 4th and wanted a podium. We'll try and follow that for you. There it is, checkered flag just ahead, and Cristiano D'Amata wins at Surfers Paradise.
Well, he gets there.
Here comes Scott Dixon coming up out of the car. We want to show you what happened to him.
There's never anything as a small hit on a super speedway. Coming off turn 4, the back end just steps out hard on the binders. Such a difficult decision. Do you stay on the throttle to try to spin it down to the inside or take it high into the wall?
So it looks like Cristiano D'Amata is going to go on to this win, no question about that. Max Pappas did everything he could. They all drove a great race. We'll be back for the checkered flag of the 500 presented by Toyota.
As an actress.
Well, it's probably nice to be able to savor the laps of the race, knowing full well that you're going to win it and take the checkered flag. This is what really mattered. Cristiano D'Amata by a whisker beats Max Pappas to the line as the yellow comes out. And his crew also knew down in the Newman Haas pits that Cristiano had done it. And they also clearly understood the race would finish under yellow. Max Pappas going to make sure he's in 2nd. Checkered flag flies just ahead for Cristiano D'Amata, his 4th career win. The great little guy has done it. 3rd win this season, as Parker said.
Chris, congratulations. Thanks a lot, everybody. We did a great job. We fought this one all the way to the end.
This is a shame. White flag is out for race leader Cristiano D'Amata. Ronchini has to make something happen now. Takagi puts a couple of wheels off on the right side. If D'Amata can hold on, it will be the 9th season opening victory for Newman Haas Racing. They've been victorious in the first race of the season for nearly half of their 2 decades in the Kart FedEx Championship Series.
Kart is now asking the 5 car to get out of the way. I mean, it's a moot point now. He's not under pressure from Fittipaldi, but now is not the time to show that you can run with the leaders.
There's Takagi. His third year in this series, matching his 3 years in Formula One. And there is the man up front, Cristiano D'Amata, who it appears will be the first driver to win back-to-back season openers since another Newman Haas driver, Michael Andretti, in 97 and 98 in Florida. Victory for Cristiano D'Amata for the second year in a row in Monterey. He remains undefeated.
Be careful on turn 6. You got Shakira sideways in the track. Be careful.
White flag for race leader Cristiano D'Amata. Aiming for the 63rd victory in the storied history of Newman Haas Racing. I mentioned the last 1-2 finish here at Laguna for Newman Haas was in 92. The last 1-2 finish for the team at any racetrack was in 1999 when Christian Fittipaldi picked up his first career victory, leading Michael Andretti to the line. This is for second place. That's Fittipaldi ahead on the road. They're riding with Kenny Brack in third. Lou Bell looks around the outside of Junqueira in turn 5. Back to Brack, closing on Fittipaldi. Pretty evenly matched. Climbing the hill toward turn 6. A couple of corners ahead. Cristiano D'Amata is headed for the checkered flag. Ooh! Close moment there, and here comes D'Amata behind that battle between Junqueira and Bell. But they are almost a full lap down. Cristiano D'Amata.
Bring it home, bring it home.
Bring it home, he does. His second victory of the season, and he moves into the series points lead with victory here in the Bridgestone Grand Prix, presented by Mazda. Target Chip Ganassi Racing has made a series of donations over the years to the St. Jude's Children's Medical Research Center in Memphis, Tennessee, based on their performance on the racetrack. 55 laps in the lead by Bruno Junqueira's teammate Kenny Brack will mean another big donation to the program. It would be a $5,000 donation, I believe, if Bruno Junqueira were able to overcome Cristiano D'Amata for the Ganassi team's third victory here at Portland. 2 previous ones, both by Alex Zanardi of Italy in 1996 and 98.
White flag, one more lap.
Cristiano D'Amata, less than 2 miles from the finish. As for the Newman Haas team, 5 victories here at Portland. 3 by Michael Andretti, 2 by Mario Andretti, and perhaps 1 here today by Cristiano D'Amata. They are closer than ever.
Oh, Bruno now has it down to 0.4 of a second, but forget that, you can see it. About 4 car lengths. He has one more shot. It's the end of the back straight. If he can get close enough to the left-hander, the next right-hander, he's got to try and get close enough up under his rear wing, right where Fernandez crashed. Exiting here is where Fernandez crashed, right there, off to the left-hand side, right side of your picture. Oh, he's not close enough.
Nope.
He's not close enough. One big break zone coming up, turn 10. There's 9, here comes 10.
At the beginning of the day, we wondered if anyone could knock Cristiano D'Amata out of his perch as the hottest driver in the Kart FedEx Championship Series. One of the names mentioned that might be a contender is Bruno Junqueira. He will not be able to do it. Cristiano D'Amata picks up his third victory of the season. Incredibly fit athletes, and if you don't think they're athletes making potentially life or death decisions on a split-second basis, white flag for Cristiano D'Amata, then you are kidding yourself. These guys are athletes in every sense of the word.
That is Kenny Seawick on the radio with Cristiano D'Amata. He is his link to the strategy and the calls as this race unfolds. And believe it or not, he's almost in the car with him. They get that close and they get wrapped up in it.
Checkered flags in the hands of Jim Swintel, and he waves them over Cristiano D'Amata, the man known as Shorty or Chris to his team.
Excellent stop today. But
Frank Kitty is on the podium. If D'Amata can make now one more successful lap here, he'll become the 13th driver in kart history to win.
One more lap.
Well, Jim Swintel, the chief starter, does get to wave the white flag, indicating 1 lap left for Cristiano D'Amata as he takes his place in the history books alongside Al Unser Jr. and Alex Zanardi. as winner of 4 consecutive rounds of the Kart FedEx Championship Series. It will be his 5th victory of the season as his grip on the championship gets tighter and tighter with each passing race.
And only 13 drivers in the history of kart have won 5 races in a season, and we're not even halfway through.
7 of the last 10 have fallen into this man's hands. He'll be the first wire-to-wire winner here since Dario Franchitti back in 1999.
I mean, this is a remarkable run. This is domination by this man. Remarkable. The reliability and the mistake-free racing.
And the crowd comes to its feet. A capacity crowd here at Exhibition Place to welcome home Cristiano D'Amata, winner of his 4th consecutive race.
Thanks very much. What a drive.
That's in Canada Corner where Tracy and Pratt came together. Here's another look.
And he did have a run through the kink, gets up alongside. They both went in deep, and like Kenny said, he had already started to lose it. Just a function of going probably about as deep as he did. He was used to going on the outside, on the inside to try to get up next to him.
Use the putt.
There you have the top 3 guys in your picture with 4 miles to go for victory. It could be the 6th of the season for D'Amata. It could be another victory for Junqueira. It would be Alex Tagliani's first career victory in the Kart FedEx Championship Series.
Starting to see some more weaving from Tagliani. And Bruno ran the fastest lap of the race of 43.7.
Junqueira looking for a wave.
Little rear lock. If you hear the engine go quiet, that's the rear tires locking. Lock. We saw it with Cristiano. It's like someone yanking the e-brake. So you need to get them locked up spinning as quickly as possible. The engine actually refires. It actually bump starts itself back to life.
Last time through the carousel. And last time through the kink. What do you do? Bruno Junqueira, you take a run, he's not close enough there.
I don't think he'll have a chance now.
No. Accept 3rd place points and continue on. Patrick Carpentier is 7th. So Bruno Junqueira could move into a tie for 2nd in the championship. Checkered flag for Cristiano D'Amata, the king of the road courses this year, picks up his 6th of the season.
And his parents are here. His dad, there's his dad right there, Toninho. He goes to most of the races, 14-time Brazilian saloon car champion, but his mom's here, his girlfriend is here. The man with his Toyota Formula One contract is here, trying to get a signature. He was the talk of the place at the US Grand Prix in Indy just last week because they said Toyota are still after him, and many people believe he's already signed the contract. He's had such a spectacular year. If he does go to Formula One, it will be of huge interest to watch his progress.
Well, he is the whole package, isn't he? Small in stature, but strong and steely. Tremendous technical skills. Fearless, very, very quick, both in qualifying as well as the race. White flag, 1 lap to go here in Miami for Cristiano D'Amata, looking for a championship.
And you mentioned his technical skills. I still believe the strongest thing a driver can bring to a team, not only just from guidance, is the technical ability to lead a team. Because if you can make the car go fast, you can display your skills lap after lap. That technical skill and ability and being definite about it is something D'Amata is very good at.
If he can hold on, it will be his 7th victory of 2002. His 11th career win. As I mentioned, the 4th championship for his Newman Haas team. Christian Fittipaldi in 2nd, in position to match his best finish of the season. 2nd twice. Oh, another incident. Michael Andretti and Tony Kanaan. There goes Bruno Junqueira. But it will not help him. As we are on the white flag lap, we will stay green. Off the corner he comes. Looking at his 7th checkered flag of the season, and the most important one, because Cristiano Nevada is the 2002 kart FedEx champion. White flag this time by for Sebastian Bourdais, who has quickly become a valued member of this Newman Haas team. The crew loves him. They call the Frenchman Kermit. And he has been very gracious in accepting the bitter disappointment of his first 3 races in the series. And now it's all going to come good. It'll be the first victory this season for the Newman Haas team, a team that has won at least 1 race in 19 of the last 20 seasons. The only time in all of that streak they failed to win a race, 1994, ironically the year after Nigel Mansell won the championship for them. To the line and under the checkered flags comes Sebastian Bourdais.
Outside.
Great stuff. White flag this time by.
White flag, Sebastian, bring it home.
Outside.
And Dominguez is staying on the outside.
He has 2 more shots at it in the corners. Look at Jourdain pulling up. He'll have to decide which guy to go with. Where do I put myself?
Right there on your outside. Right behind you.
Nose to tail now, all 3 cars. Bourdais with the lead off the corner. Dominguez will try to charge. Jourdain looking for daylight. He will not find it. Sebastian Bourdais wins the German 500 by the merest of margins over Mario Dominguez and Michel Jourdain Jr. What a finish. Now this will test the young Frenchman's driving skills to the max.
Green.
1 lap to go.
He got a good jump on Paul.
White flag. 1 more lap, Sebastian.
Paul Tracy has to be careful. He's got the very aggressive Bruno Junqueira just behind him.
He pushed wide. Tracy pushed wide coming off turn 1.
Will Bruno take a run at him? Yes, he will. 1st and 2nd in the championship. Tracy will counterattack and get fully alongside and retake the position.
What a move.
Here comes turn 5. And Bourdais is gone. On board with Junqueira. Tracy ahead on the road. With that gap, he may have missed his best chance. There's Bourdais, who simply launched over the horizon. And his 3rd victory, both of the season and of his career, lies in front of him. Welcoming his new sponsor on board with victory. Well earned by Sebastian Bourdais.
Good job, guys. Good job. We deserve this one. Yay.
Great job. You guys had marvelous stops. You drove the wheels off it, kid.
Yeah, the 3 leaders are down now under 2 minutes for the first time in this race, and this is the battle though. Darren Manning, his car is clearly sliding around. He doesn't have nearly as much experience as these 2 guys around him, but he's doing a good job here to stay ahead of Patrick Carpentier. Meanwhile, Max Papis, look at that slide again from Darren Manning's car coming up the hill there, and this car is he's doing a great job to hang on to it, because clearly it's very difficult. Meanwhile, the white flag is out. Just 1 lap to go for Bruno Junqueira. Here he comes into turn 1, and Sebastian Bourdais closer than ever.
And you see the lead between himself and Alex Tagliani, who just moved out of the left side of your screen, and now comes Max Papis running in 4th position. He is followed by the last battle between the top 6 players. This would be team players Patrick Carpentier following Darren Manning. That again is a battle for 5th position right now, and all Bruno has to do is keep from making a mistake, and all Sebastian has to do is give him plenty of room, and he appears to be doing that with no problem.
See the gap there between first and second, but less than 2 miles, or just a little bit over 2 miles to go now for Bruno Junqueira. There, the looming in his mirrors is Sebastian Bourdais. I'm pretty sure the Newman Haas team will tell Sebastian that's a pretty good job. Just keep it there. Just let Bruno get this win. He's well ahead of you in the points table. Sebastian Bourdais came into this race in 4th place in the points, but a full 40 points behind Sebastian Bourdais. So I think they will be told now to maintain their position. Don't throw it away in the final mile or so.
And Sebastian Bourdais will come out in a lead of his own after this race, because remember, he with 100 points, exactly 100 points coming into this race, is a 40-point winner of the rookie battle at this point in time over second place Darren Manning. Darren is back in 5th position right now. A nice run for Darren, but not enough to be able to close the gap for the Jim Truman Rookie of the Year award.
That's right, it would be his third top 5 finish for Darren Manning if he can stay there ahead of Patrick Carpentier. Meanwhile, here come the leaders into the final corner.
One more turn to go. It's turn 14. Bruno Junqueira has accomplished it, and he will take the first Grand Prix with Mario Andretti's name on it. He will wait for the double checkered flags and flash across the line for his first win of the year at his very favorite racetrack.
White flag. 1 lap to go here at Denver. Bruno Junqueira doing just about everything he can in his bid for a championship in his 3rd year in the Champ Cars. This is race number 15. 4 more races to go. 23 championship points available in 3 of those. The exception being the 500-miler on the super speedway at Fontana, California, when only 1 round of qualifying means just 1 championship point in qualifying, or 22 on the weekend.
Scott says they're in cruise mode, but they're actually still clicking off the quickest laps in the field.
As things stand, Adrian Fernandez and Alex Tagliani will be eliminated mathematically from championship contention, and that will mean there are 6 still alive for the Vanderbilt Cup, which embodies the championship in the Bridgestone Presents the Champ Car World Series powered by Ford. But this day is all about Newman Haas Racing. 350th start, 11th 1-2 finish for the team in its glorious history, 73rd victory for the squad.
Good job, Bruno. Good job.
And 2nd of the year for Bruno.
And Bourdais showed this from the minute he set foot in this series. He came from Europe, unknown in this country, but highly regarded over in Formula Car circles in Europe. Won the Formula 3000 championship, which is the stepping stone to Formula One. Couldn't make anything happen over there. Came here, and from the moment he set foot in America, poles in his first 2 Champ Car races. When things are clicking, nobody can beat Sebastian Bourdais. Yep. When he's off, he appeared fairly ordinary, but it stands to reason, 2nd year in the series, he's going to be better and better. His learning curve is steeper than, for example, Paul Tracy. And this is what it's like when Sebastian Bourdais and that McDonald's Lola are hooked up.
And speaking of Tracy, he has not been a factor today, really. He's currently running in 7th position as Paul Newman looks on. Tracy running in 7th position and has not led today. The 6 leaders have been Bourdais, who has led 40, will have led 43 laps. Carpentier 16, Tagliani 6, Junqueira 5, Dominguez 1, and Wilson 1 lap. 6 leaders, 9 lead changes during the 72-lap event.
I think the big loser on those pit shuffles were Justin Wilson and Paul Tracy. They were running 3rd and 4th before those leapfrogs started happening.
Bourdais heads for home off of corner number 12. And Sebastian Bourdais wins the Tecate Telmex Monterey Grand Prix.
White flag is in the air at Portland. Leaders heading to turn 1. Bourdais by a 2.5 seconds over Junqueira. Hard to make up that much ground in 1 lap.
Very hard. There's a big gaggle of traffic ahead of Bourdais, but it's far enough off that he's not going to catch it.
Junqueira will throw everything he has at it, though. Bruno, the points leader, coming in, still without a win in 2004.
I don't know. He's catching those cars quickly.
There's a slow one. I think Bourdais is going to catch. It might be Sparafico.
Alex Sparafico running 14th, 4 laps down. Leaders on the backstretch. This is Bourdais out in front. Other than on pit stops, he has led just about all the way today. Tracy led a few laps during one pit stop cycle. Bourdais bidding for his second win of the season. Final corner, heading to the checkered flag. Again, the Newman Haas team will run 1-2, this time at Portland International Raceway. Coming to the white flag, Bourdais picks up the white flag here at Cleveland. The McDonald's number 2. Bourdais has dominated here today. Did not start on the front row. The 2 front row starters, Justin Wilson, the rookie, and Paul Tracy, the series champion, got together in turn 1 with a host of others. They crashed out early. Bourdais took over on the restart and has been out in front virtually all the way, other than the laps given up by going to pit road. And as we say, Bourdais still has 34 push-to-pass seconds left. He certainly won't need them on this final lap.
Someone needs to tell him those aren't like your cell phone minutes. You can't carry those over to the next race.
No rollover seconds allowed here. Last trip around this 2.106-mile circuit at Burke Lakefront Airport. Great move for the Champ Car World Series, announcing this weekend they have extended their contract with the city of Cleveland to run here at least 3 more years through 2007. This is the 23rd renewal of the Roar by the Shore. And Bourdais gunning for his 2nd consecutive win, his 3rd of 2004. Sebastian Bourdais is your winner of the Champ Car Grand Prix of Cleveland. Bourdais, meantime, has kept his nose clean all day long.
He sure has. He was done a big favor when Wilson and Tracy basically took each other out of the running.
Last time around for the McDonald's 2 car, Vassar in 2nd comfortably. Carpentier, meantime, has moved up into 3rd.
His wings askew. That's how the flat tire happened for Hunter Ray.
Contact there at the end of the backstretch. Boy, it is big time. Can that nose cone stay intact here on the high-speed backstretch? Haberfeld trying to get close enough to make a move. Haberfeld could score a podium here. The MyJack car kind of taking up space at the moment.
Oh, man, Carpentier is struggling.
And Haberfeld can't get by the lap car. I believe that's Justin Wilson there, who was 13th in the running order, a couple of laps down.
And that's why they put the lap cars behind when you're past half distance or whatever it is. And
they just didn't get him back where he needed to be.
They wanted to get back to green is why they didn't do it. But
let's talk for a moment about Sebastian Bourdais, who I'm sure is going to assume the points lead. Final corner for Bourdais on his way to his 3rd consecutive victory. From Le Mans, France, Sebastian Bourdais wins his 4th race of 2004. The Newman Haas McDonald's team raising their arms in salute. On the pit wall, Bourdais dominates in the streets of Toronto. Restarting 13th after that skirmish on lap 1. He has charged back to the lead.
And that lap of 101.2, I believe that is the fastest race lap.
Junqueira, meantime, with his hands full, trying to hold off Mario Dominguez. Last time around this 1.6-mile circuit here in the streets of Denver. Bourdais all alone, all by himself on his way to his 5th win of the season.
A very peaceful one.
Watching Tracy. Running in 2nd spot. Junqueira has caught him, but Bourdais on a Sunday drive now through the streets of Denver. The Newman Haas squad taking a look at the monitors. Final corner. Fans are on their feet here in Denver. Sebastian Bourdais heads to the checkered flag from 13th to the lead. And Bourdais wins his 5th of the season. White flag will be out next time by. As we watch Servia on the alternate tires. Allmendinger runs 5th. Calvin Fish, what are you hearing?
Well, I just checked in with Craig Hampson. He's down here just watching the race play out, who's the engineer from Bourdais, of course. And I said, how do you interpret the rule? And he said, well, them stopping when they did, I believe they're within the rule, so they should be okay. So they're out of the race. They don't have no axe to grind other than the fact that AJ did take their man out. And Craig Hampson believes he's okay with that rule.
So we will see how it plays out. Bruno Junqueira has taken the white flag. Carpentier 7.5 seconds back. We have documented for you throughout the season the struggles of this team. Second in the championship, but unable to break through to victory lane for Junkera this year. He has won races in this series before, many times. And it looks as though he's on his way to his first win of 2004 here today at Montreal. This would be his 6th career championship win, the Champ Car World Series, if he can hang on for the final half lap. For Newman Haas, it would be their 6th win of the season as well. The previous 5 at the hands of Sebastian Bourdais. Final straightaway to the last chicane, and then the final run to the start-finish line for the race leader, Bruno Junqueira. Up through the gears for the final time, Junqueira heads to the checkered flag. Your winner.
All right, Bruno. Good job, Bruno.
In Montreal.
Maybe we're going to turn it around a little bit here. Good job, Bruno.
Patrick Carpentier in second. You can hear the call.
Great job. Today's over. Turn around there. You're going to do it. Thank you. Great pit stop. Great car. Thank you so much, guys. After 10 races, you guys deserve it.
White flag this time by. Was that a championship move?
It was a race winning move.
Here comes Bruno. They get the white flag. 2 lap cars are up in front. Both these drivers holding it to the back. Bourdais by a car. Junqueira. Bourdais may be stuck on the bottom. Third turn, last time around at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Junqueira may not get there. Bourdais the leader. They come to the line. It's Sebastian Bourdais. Bourdais the winner.
Look on the left up front
there going into the corner.
He is absolutely flat out right now. Here he comes.
Big crash. Is that Carpentier?
Oh, and this is crazy. This is a huge one, and the yellow is coming at the wrong time. Bruno's already in there.
That might be that
Carpentier put that car hard into the wall.
And now the yellow, he's not going to stop. I mean, he goes right through. No, he's going to stop because now they're going to save fuel. Why? They should have waited.
And that Bourdais is in.
Splash and go for Junqueira. Bourdais still on pit road. Bourdais will not win. Bourdais down and away. So the checkered flag displayed under caution, ending the Champ Car Grand Prix of Australia, and Bruno Junqueira bags his 2nd victory of the season, following up his win at Montreal back in August. Final corner coming to the front straightaway.
White flag.
1 to go. Bourdais, Junqueira, Allmendinger, Wilson, and Vassar.
Now that he's a champion, he wants by.
Enough of this. I want to lead him over the stripe. Looked like Michael Valiente dragging the brakes down into the first corner there at Derek Walker's 15.
It was Tag, actually.
Was it Tagliani offline? There he is. There's Tagliani.
Tag didn't want to give up the spot to the lap to the leader and ended up costing him 2 spots.
Tagliani shuffled back. He was 10th going into the corner. Pushes him back a couple.
Got one of the spots back around Gonzalez.
Team still feeling the pressure. Bourdais about to put the icing on the cake by going flag to flag here in Mexico City. Here he is in the McDonald's car. Still tucked in behind Michel Jourdain. He has gotten around Tracy and Tagliani and Gonzalez, who's back there. Couple of turns to go for Sebastian Bourdais. Checkered flag awaiting the 2004 Champ Car World Series champion. Bruno Junqueira 2 seconds back in second. He will lock up second in the title fight. Final turn, heading to the checkered flag in the 2004 season. Jim Swinton with the checkered flag. And Sebastian Bourdais has won his 7th race of the season, flag to flag, to cap it off here in Mexico. Bourdais coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go for the 2004 Series champion.
There's second place Tracy. There is Junqueira Wilson. So in the brake zone is where Wilson has looked very good over the last 3 to 5 laps. Can he close up here?
Battling for third, here's Wilson. He's moved the Sandisk number 9 to 4th spot. He's still about 5 car lengths behind Bruno Junqueira.
Realistically, the back straight is the opportunity, probably the only one left. But he's got to be quick through here and the next left and right-handers. He's not close enough. He is not close enough.
You've got to be able to get off the corner better than the guy in front of you to make a move, especially on a slick street course like this.
And on the last lap, Wilson again was the fastest car on the racetrack, even faster than Bourdais and Tracy.
To the back straightaway, final time around the streets of Long Beach. Sebastian Bourdais, 7 wins in 2004 on his way to his first Champ Car championship. Bourdais about to open 2005 with the drive from outside Road 2. Started 4th this afternoon. Coming to the stripe, J.D. Wilbur waves the checkered flag over Sebastian Bourdais, the winner of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. White flag will be out this time by. Verdheim still hanging on to 4th. Wilson 5th. Bourdais up to 6th. Damata 7th. Ryan Hunter-Ray and the Briggs & Stratton 31 shuffled back to 8th. There's the white. Up next for the Champ Car World Series, powered by Ford, presented by Bridgestone. 2 weeks from today, the Milwaukee 225 on the Milwaukee Mile. Our live coverage on CBS Sports. We'll return to Speed Channel for you. The Edmonton Grand Prix, Champ Car Grand Prix of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. First event in Edmonton for the Champ Car World Series in a long time. More than 20 years, as a matter of fact. July 17th will be the date of that event, and you'll see our coverage here on Speed. Top 3 cars running nose to tail, but nobody challenging on the final lap here at Fundadora Park. Bruno Junqueira on his way to his first victory of the season, backing up a 3rd at Long Beach. This could well send him to the championship lead. No challenge from Andrew Ranger. There's the MyJack Tide 27. There's the Aussie Vineyards 15. Top 3. The last 3 winners here at Fundadora Park have won the championship. Damata, Tracy, and Bourdais. Maybe this is Junqueira's year. This has been a bellwether event. Final corner for Bruno Junqueira in the Pacific Care 2 car, coming to the stripe. And
Hey, go on, guys.
Oh, look at Wilson there. PT now being challenged by Wilson. Can Wilson get onto the rostrum? Can he get on the podium?
Bring it around one more time. Stay with it.
Oh, Wilson's going to have a go. I bet you he has a go here.
White flag has been waved over the leaders. Bourdais leads Serbia by 0.5 of a second.
Where can he do it? Where can he take the chance?
Justin Wilson dogging Tracy.
Oh, he is.
This is for 3rd. Tracy in the Avalanche Bay Index car runs in 3rd spot.
And remember, if Wilson sticks his nose in, Tracy better think of the championship. You can't have contact here, so you might let him go if he's brave enough to stick his nose in.
Sebastian Bourdais, final few corners in front of him. Oriol Serbia on pace for yet another podium in relief of Bruno Junqueira.
That's turn 10. This is where Tracy had the trouble in the brake zone earlier.
Leader out of 12. Couple of corners to go for Bourdais. Top 4, nose to tail. About half a mile from home in Edmonton.
Wow.
Here comes Sebastian Bourdais for the victory in Edmonton. Serbia finishes 2nd. Third spot to Tracy. 4th is Wilson. Dominguez comes on for 5th. And donuts being served today at McDonald's. One lap to go. J.D. Wilbur puts the white flag on display here in San Jose, and Bourdais just needs to keep it between the concrete walls. Down to the chicane one more time.
Boy, they'll be glad to get this animal over and done with. I have never seen a situation before that can punish a driver inside a racing car like we have witnessed when you go through this chicane on the front straight over the railway line. So Sebastian Bourdais will get a well-earned rest if he can just make around this half a lap.
Bourdais on the pole for the 3rd time this season, his 3rd Bridgestone Pole Award in 2005. Driver of the McDonald's, Newman Haas, number 1 to turn number 10.
And Paul Newman is here, as he is all the time. Newman Haas have never, ever won back-to-back championships, believe it or not. This is our 375th event.
Heading to the checkered flag, Sebastian Bourdais, the winner. Sebastian Bourdais, who's in lap traffic.
Here's the brake zone. Here's the brake zone. Can he make it? Oh, he's going down the inside.
Dominguez trying to go inside Allmendinger. Allmendinger tries to come back. There's traffic in the way. Allmendinger back there side by side to the white flag.
Oh, it's a drag race. It's a right-hander. Dominguez has the advantage.
Lap traffic on the inside. That's Marcus Marshall.
What a fine lap here.
Oh, Dominguez with a great move at the end of the backstretch. Allmendinger couldn't come back at him, and we've seen that before.
Brilliant move by Dominguez, and this is where he's been faster. Carl Russo looks on, can hardly believe that second place is lost. Jan?
You saw that drag race. That was exactly what we heard on the radio, that Mario Dominguez had 2 presses of the power to pass, and that AJ Allmendinger had 1. So when it came down to a drag race, the 50 horsepower made the difference.
And they have used all of their power to pass time. Here's Bourdais heading to turn number 9. Last time around this 1.65 mile street circuit in the streets of Denver. Bourdais will win back-to-back Denver Grand Prix. Checkered flag in the air. Sebastian Bourdais in the Centrix McDonald's number 1 wins his sponsors event, the Centrix Financial Champ Car Grand Prix of Denver, presented by Pacific Care. Bourdais with a dominant 15-second win.
Oh, he's blocking. Defensive drive. Here comes Serbia.
Oriol Serbia wants his first career win. They bang wheels. Block again through the cutoff area, and he stays in the lead. Now, the rule is there, Derek, that if you're forced offline, you can do that.
Serbia is shaking his hand. He is waving his fist saying, you cannot do this. I had the pass made. But Serbia has now done that twice. Glock hangs on. When Glock turns in, Serbia's already there. Glock realizes that he has to give up the corner potentially, or have a crash, or go straight through the chicane. I'm not so sure he's going to get away with that too many more times.
In his 6th Champ Car season, Oriol Serbia in the Pacific Care 2. He's driving for Bruno Junqueira, who waved the green here today. Let's take another look at what just happened, Derek.
Great run on Serbia. Now look, Serbia has the corner. Glock simply drives through, and Serbia is absolutely livid. He is waving his fist saying, you can't protect the lead like that by going off the racetrack.
Glock stretches the advantage. We'll wait to see whether he gets to keep it. You're not supposed to cut the corner short at that part of the racetrack. One more look.
And Serbia has now done this 2 different times. Watch him. He's on the end, has the line. And Glock simply straight lines it. And watch Serbia. You know what? I'm not sure Paul Gentilozzi thinks that they're going to get away with this.
It's been done twice in the last few laps by Timo Glock. 2 laps to go. This time by, they'll get the 2 to go sign as they head to turn 1. And Glock built the lead back to nearly 8/10 of a second that time by.
Wow, Glock is hanging on by his fingernails here. And Wilson, we're on board with Wilson right now, watching what goes on with Serbia. I don't know what's going to happen here, but you cannot continue to shortcut the racetrack like that.
White flag next time by, riding with Wilson, continues 3rd in front of Bourdais. There's Glock, your race leader for now. We understand from Champ Car's timing and scoring office here on the grounds, they're looking at replays. Tony Kottman and his staff reviewing those 2 incidents between Serbia and Glock. Serbia now has used up all of his Cosworth power to pass time in an effort to blow by at the end of the long straightaway, coming to that last chicane before start-finish. There's Serbia.
And he used it well. He timed it very well and pulled off what he believes to be the pass 2 different times.
Wow, unbelievable. We're hearing from Champ Car Operations. Timo Glock is going to have to give up the lead. Tony Kottman, you're on headset with us. What's your ruling about this?
Well, we gave Timo a warning after the first issue, and he did it again. So as far as I'm concerned, Serbia had the advantage on him, and I'm asking him to switch positions right now on this lap.
Coming to the one, well, we'll get the white flag here.
And again, that's the flexibility. He's saying switch positions. He's not going to black flag him and make him go through the pit lane. He'll simply say, Serbia got the position, let him go ahead.
Glock continues to run at the front of the pack. Tony Kottman just telling us live. It's the last lap, of course. Serbia belongs in front. And if Glock doesn't let him by, Derek, I wonder where he'll be ranked at the conclusion here.
I don't know, but But the League of Nations street fight here is playing out, and maybe the Spaniard is going to finally get his very first win. He's going to pass him here. He's going to pass him.
He's going to let Servia go. We're told that Glock has been told to move over, and there goes Servia. Glock tucks back in. Now he's got a couple of corners to try to come back.
Go get him.
They've let Servia grab the lead on that ruling by Tony Codman, the head official here for Champ Car.
Servia has never won a Champ Car race. He has a drag race from the hairpin.
Wilson. Justin Wilson trying to get second away from Glock. Couple of corners to go, less than half a lap to the checkers here in Montreal.
Glock is going to try one more time, maybe. Is he close enough?
No power to pass left for either driver. Servia leading. This car won here a year ago in the hands of Bruno Junqueira.
Woohoo!
Trouble in the last corner? No, everybody stays clean, and Oriol Servia will win.
I understand.
Servia, what a way to win the race. Paul Gentilozzi knows, understands, but what a day for Servia and for Glock.
Yeah, lay out of it for a couple of seconds. You can get right back on it. They'll see the white flag this time by. 1 to go at Las Vegas.
So this obviously is not team orders. I don't know whether Servia, who is closing up now.
Both of them on the button. Servia trying to high side Bourdais.
Can he get under him? Can he cross underneath him?
Down the back straightaway. Final time tonight at Las Vegas. The Nellis straightaway into 3. Bourdais too high and too far behind. He's got the fastest lap in the race. It won't be enough. Bourdais off of turn 4. Heading to the checkered flag for the 5th time in 2005. Sebastian Bourdais.
Way to stick with that car.
There's tag now.
Marcus Marshall, I believe, in that 5 car as well, as Wilson is back on the racetrack. Timo Glock, 7th.
They all look the same.
White flag this time by Sebastian Bourdais. 1 to go. Bourdais about to become the 15th different winner in 15 of these Champ Car Grand Prix of Australia. There's the McDonald's #1 season champion by taking the green here today. 2nd consecutive title for Bourdais from Le Mans, France.
And if you think he just popped out of nowhere and people never heard of him, he came from the European Formula 3000 Championship, which is one of the most difficult of all championships to win. He won the Monaco round of the Formula 3000 race, which is the most difficult of all races to win. So Bourdais, who really would still like at least a test in a Formula 1 car because he believes he can prove Formula 1 people wrong. Many people over here believe the same thing. But there's still something in the back of his mind, a regret almost, that nobody in Formula 1 threw him in just to see how good he really was. But everybody over here in Champ Car believes one of the best that ever sat into one of these Champ Cars.
His winning percentage has been unbelievable. 3 wins in his rookie season. Bunch of wins last year, on pace to win his 6th in 12 starts this year. Sebastian Bourdais has put together another terrific season on his way to his 2nd straight championship for the Newman Haas team. Couple of turns to go. Bourdais will see the checkered flag next time by. Tucked right up behind Andrew Ranger, who is on his way to a top 10 here at Surfers. Ranger had struggled all weekend, couldn't come to grips with the car on the racetrack at his first visit. He'll get 10th. Bourdais is your winner. Sebastian Bourdais, the 2005 Champ Car World Series champion, puts an exclamation point on the season with victory here at Surfers Paradise.
Most teams will be very pleased to finish 2nd. For some reason, I don't believe Roo Sports are going to be happy with their day. They have set the bar so high, as Jeremy Dale, the team president, said after qualifying, the boys are somewhat disappointed that they put a car on the front row and the 2nd row. So they have set the bar very high. That was Kenny Seawick on the radio to Sebastian Bourdais.
White flag to Bourdais. Last lap of the race here at the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach for 2006. 32nd renewal of this great festival of speed. Justin Wilson on his way to 2nd. I'm sure that Roo Sport won't be satisfied also because A.J. Allmendinger, the bright young American hope, his day didn't even last a full lap. He was behind the wall after the first turn incident today. But Bourdais leading Wilson by 13.5 seconds. He'll open up the season with a victory again for the 2nd straight year at Long Beach. Now, let's point out that Catherine Legge is 8th, and if she can bring that car home 8th, that would be the highest finish ever by a woman driver in Champ Car World Series history. Here's Catherine here. From 17th on the grid today, attrition has helped. A spin certainly set her back, but the team has done a great job. The Optium team for Catherine Legge, and she is on her way perhaps to an 8th today, but Sebastian Bourdais leads virtually flag to flag. Checkered flag in the air. Bourdais opens the season with a win for the McDonald's team.
Good stops today, guys. The way we wanted to start this season out.
And everybody's on the button.
Nobody's holding anything back. 4th spot belongs to Nelson Philippe, who's had his struggles tonight.
But Bourdais lost a little time there. He lost some more. Bourdais having trouble with the front of the car. It's not turning. Paul Tracy might have a shot.
Now remember, this is the high-speed part of the racetrack, one of the 2 around turn 4. It's a huge sweeper, but Bourdais gets a good jump. Tracy wiggles a little.
Remember, Paul Tracy is the master when the tires are cold, but I have a feeling that was a temporary thing for Bourdais. He had lots of trouble getting the thing turned in. That's what happens. You pick up some pickup when you're behind the pace car for long periods.
Sebastian Bourdais hoping to go back-to-back to open the 2006 Champ Car World Series season. He won at Long Beach. He's got an 0.8 of a second lead over Tracy. Dominguez 3rd, Philippe is 4th, Wilson up to 5th in front of Ranger. The Forsyth team, they know this one is all but over. And here comes Bourdais to the stripe. Sebastian Bourdais.
We showed him how tough we are today, fellas. Good job. Great job, Chip. Great drive.
2-time series champ Sebastian Bourdais, the McDonald's #1, trying to win 3 in a row to open up 2006.
And when you look there and you talk to Craig Hampson, remember, he's a guy who's trying to win a race, and his wife is also due any moment. So I imagine during the race he's getting updates not only from the racetrack but also from the hospital back home. He's eager to get back home, and he'd love to have the win as well.
Watching with Justin Wilson on board the CDW car, Cameron Steele.
We had reported that you guys had filled the car up, which wasn't the case. You had actually got enough fuel to go to the finish. Were you disappointed about something else in that final pit stop?
No, as a matter of fact, Justin came in. He came in a lap earlier than Sebastian, and what you saw was a classic. We passed him, he passed us back on fuel strategy. We filled the car with enough fuel to get it to the end. Hopefully we still got a lap to go. But Sebastian had a better fuel strategy than us.
Well, he played it all the way to fumes. We'll see how it plays out now.
Well, to play out well, hey, one quick thing. Tommy Lutz, we're riding with you, and Dave Kozar, congratulations on the kit. We'll see you next race.
Riding with Mario Dominguez and the Roche Franz #7, the Index Forsyth team. Now he's trying to hold off Andrew Ranger. This is for 6th, and Andrew Ranger has made the most advances here today from 14th to 7th at this point. Last lap here at Fundadora Park.
And they've both been on the button. They've pretty much both used. Andrew Ranger has just a little bit more, but he only has 8 seconds left of power to pass. So those two, that's why he had a head of steam. They're using everything they have, so don't leave any in the bank.
This is for 8th position. Oriol Servia right now 8th for the PKB team. As we watch Bourdais. Sebastian Bourdais through the final turn here at Monterey. He will win for the 2nd time in his Champ Car career the Tecate Grand Prix of Monterey.
Way to stay with us, bring this big man. Nice drive, Steph.
Couple of laps to go here at Milwaukee. Should see the white flag. J.D. Wilbur waves the white over Sebastian Bourdais. Philippe running 3rd behind Justin Wilson. This will be Bourdais' 20th career Champ Car World Series victory in his 4th season. Won on the Oval at Las Vegas last year in an 04. Won in Germany and England back in 03, if you recall those 2 tracks. Bourdais with a fist in the air. Sebastian Bourdais opens the 2006 season with his 4th consecutive win. White flag this time by for race leader Sebastian Bourdais. Further back, Zwolsman and Servia. That's Servia, the red and white PKB Gulfstream car. He is 8th, Zwolsman 9th. J.D. Wilbur and the crew on the flag stand. White flag in the air here at San Jose. There is Bourdais.
175 miles an hour down the front straight. 180 if you press the Cosworth power to pass, the extra boost. And Bourdais really has been in a class of his own pretty much all weekend here. Just has that special touch in this car.
2-time defending series champ, won the first race here a year ago, won the first 4 this year for the Newman Haas McDonald's team. There's a tendency, I think, to forget just how good this young driver is. Rarely makes a mistake, Derek Daly, on his way to his 5th win of the year. Now, this will be his 13th career Champ Car win from the pole, 5th all-time. He'll pass Michael Andretti. Checkered flag for Sebastian Bourdais. green-white checkered finish in the Champ Car Grand Prix of Montreal. We're underway, 1 to go, and Bourdais leads him into turn 1.
But there's still plenty of room for position changes back through the field. Remember Nelson Philippe, he now is slotted in 3rd spot, but they didn't change tires. Now you wonder, well, maybe we should have. He's getting a lot of pressure from behind from his teammate, Dan Clark.
The CTE HVM boys running 3rd and 4th. That is a great situation for them to be in. Tracy, meantime, 1 shot to try to take a run at Bourdais. 5th right now, being held down by Will Power. He got by Nicky Pastorelli off the restart.
And a great battle. They obviously are well aware this is the final lap. That whole group, after the podium finishers, are so close together, it's going to be a barn burner.
Philippe is 3rd, 4th is Clark, 5th is Power, 6th is Pastorelli. A great run for that team. Zwolsman in 7th. There's your 2nd place car, the battle for 3rd. Final trip around the Ford hairpin for Bourdais.
And Dan Clark is close. Dan Clark has got a possible opportunity at the podium, and they still fight it out for those spots behind.
A lot of these guys have burned up all their Cosworth power to pass already. Bourdais pretty much headed to the checkered flag. Tracy 2nd. Philippe holding back Clark as they battle for 3rd. Back behind them, 5th belongs to Will Power. Here comes Zwolsman.
Zwolsman comes to the inside. He tries to make a move, and Sebastian Bourdais does it finally.
White flag this time by Wilson by 3 car lengths over Bourdais.
Hit the juice.
Need to use it here. Last lap. But
Wilson's on the button. Bourdais is going to sell, and Bourdais jumps on the power to pass button as well. Wilson plays defense. He's watching the mirror. You can see his eyes.
2 of the best here going at it.
Last time around this 2.77-mile circuit.
Key brake zone. There's the McDonald's team versus CDW. This is as good as it gets at the end of the season for the last race. Last lap, last race for a Lola.
Wilson by a car length. Here comes Bourdais. He's going to try the inside. Wilson defends. Bourdais has room.
Risky move. Risky move at the S's.
Wilson makes his car wide. It's Bourdais on the inside. Oh, there's contact. Oh, pieces go flying. Bourdais clipped Wilson and took part of his wing off.
You got to finish this thing. You still have 1 more application.
Bourdais clipped Wilson to get the lead. Oh, there was contact. Bourdais got into Wilson, trying to bonsai him on the inside of the corner.
Yes, he did. Down the inside, got it sideways in a slide. Looked like a bit of a Paul Tracy type move. And Bourdais keeps it straight, and he looks like he will be the winner.
Now the question is, will there be any review of the pass? Because there was definitely contact and
Wilson's in trouble.
Wilson locks up the brakes, goes through the bus stop. Bourdais will scoot home. J.D. Wilbur and Jim Swinton with the checkered flags in hand on the front straightaway to close out the 2006 Champ Car World Series season. Sebastian Bourdais will be first under the checkered flag in Mexico City.
Wow.
Last lap. Yeah, there's a lot of zeros on the Cosworth Power right list now.
Oh, here comes Power.
Oh, nice move. Very strong.
Off the win at Vegas to 3rd, trying to get a podium finish. He's thinking about more. He's not just thinking about championship. That was an aggressive move. Of course, that helps your championship. Fantastic after such a dominating performance in Vegas. So Power to 3rd, looking ahead at Sylvia.
Here comes Wilson, taking a look.
Justin Wilson.
He's there.
Got him. Justin Wilson in the red and white machine. Tagliani in the red and black car. And it's Bruno Junqueira right behind them. 3 red and white cars and the black car in the middle. And Junqueira has a little power to pass left. The guys in front of him have none. So Bruno Junqueira may have a shot here. There's your race leader, Sebastian Bourdais, trying to go for the 3-peat here in Long Beach. Started from the pole, has had an outstanding run. Disappointment a week ago, but not today. Sebastian Bourdais wins at Long Beach.
Well done, Tim. Great drive. Well done, Car 1 team.
The thing about Dornbos is that this is completely foreign to him. These kind of bumps, and I mean, he lives in Monaco, so he lives at one of the greatest street circuits of all time. But we're going to be going to road courses. You get to a place like Portland, and all of a sudden, that's going to be his cup of tea.
1 lap to go. Indication from the flag stand.
1 lap to go.
Teams telling their drivers on the radios. 1 to go from J.D. Wilbur, the official starter of the Champ Car World Series. Bridgestone running order, top of your screen. Series gets about a 6-week break before we go race in Portland and then Cleveland in the month of June.
Oh, and he's on the button. He didn't want to finish the race without it. Sure as Sebastian Bourdais saw the flashing light at the back, figured, well, I don't want the team to tell me that I left something on the table, so he's going ahead and using the last of his Cosworth power to pass.
Bourdais, the winner here in the inaugural race around Reliant Park 1 year ago, was a night race last year. He's going to double up here in 2007. He'll be 2 for 3 on the season. Now, Power was the championship leader coming in here. The Power struggling today. He will finish, it appears, 11th. This may put Bourdais in the lead, and Sebastian Bourdais is your winner. The Champ Car Grand Prix of Houston. Working lap 102, Sebastian Bourdais closing in on Speedy Dan Clark there. Clark is 6th. Bourdais could end up in a situation where he would lap everyone but the top 5 here today at Portland.
But a bit of advice, I would say don't bother trying to pass Dan Clark, because your teammate tried that earlier and had some trouble. So you know what, just hang there, collect your 100th win.
Well, if Bourdais can close the deal, and he's half a lap from doing so here at Portland International Raceway, it would be the team's 100th win, his 26th in his relatively brief Champ Car career. The 3 championships, the points leader in this year, 2007. Sebastian to a tie for 10th. The all-time Champ Car World Series win list with the 26. He'd be tied with the great Roger Ward, deceased a couple of years ago. Bourdais can get the job done. Couple of turns from the checkered flag. The driver of the McDonald's car number 1 from Vermont, France, about to head home this week. Bourdais onto the first straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air. Sebastian Bourdais the winner.
Congratulations, Sebastian. Way to struggle through this week, and it wasn't that easy, guys. Congratulations to everybody. Newman Haas Racing's 100th. One more lap, Seb.
J.D. Wilbur from the flag stand, giving the drivers the single finger. 1 to go. Down into 1. There's the McDonald's car of Bourdais. A win by Bourdais should give him 193 points.
5.9 Wilson. Bring it home, Seb.
And a comfortable lead. That is Alex Figge right in front of the 1 car.
And when they say you have 5.9 seconds, bring it home, that means don't try and pass Alex Figge. That's how you interpret that one. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He's already done his fastest lap. They told him to use power to pass, get an extra championship point. So what? Stay behind Alex Figge. Who cares if it's 5.9, 4.9, whatever. Don't take any chances. Kenny Seawick on the radio, very wise.
Couple of laps to go here at Rexall Speedway in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The Rexall Champ Car Grand Prix of Edmonton, 8th race of 2007. And for the 4th time this season, Sebastian Bourdais, the 3-time defending series champion, is headed to the stripe. Bourdais, 2 for 3 in Edmonton. He is your winner today.
Congratulations, Sebastian. Congratulations, Car 1 guys. Beautiful stops. We fell.
Kenny Seawick talking to Sebastian Bourdais, and boy, isn't that a sound you love to hear. And he's on the power to pass. You say, why? It's because bonus points. He knows how to get bonus points. He's waiting until the last lap of the race to see if he can put down a flyer. You get 1 additional point if you have the fastest lap of the race.
CDW telemetry on Bourdais' car number 1.
You see that quick? That was a 189. So that power to pass does the job, that's for sure.
18 seconds of time left, so he's got enough time to hit the button once more.
Again. He'll use it on every straightaway because you get 18 seconds each time. He'll use it every straightaway. And let's see, normally this would be about 180. With that extra 50 horsepower, again, you got to be careful here. I mean, obviously you get a lot more points for winning than you do getting the fastest lap. But if you get both, it's even better.
Yeah, ending up in the weeds would not be how he'd like to wrap up the day. It's been a big week for Sebastian Bourdais from Le Mans, France. Races out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Trying to win his 4th consecutive Champ Car World Series title, on his way to his 5th win of the season. And it's really been an amazing run for Bourdais since 2003. Won a couple of races in that rookie season, and then in 04 he became the kingpin here. The McDonald's team for Newman Haas Lanigan up on the wall to watch their driver bring it home today. Bourdais 6.8 seconds in front of Speedy Dan Clark. This is a great day though for Clark and the Minardi Team USA, folks. Their championship contender Dornbos has struggled. He'll end up 14th, 4 laps down. But their other driver, Clark, who was expected to be a prime contender this season, who's battled hard all year and really has had his problems. Clark looks like he'll come home second. But here's Bourdais, final turn, final time in 2007 at Road America. He's wanted a win here. He'll finally get one. The winner of the Generac Champ Car Grand Prix at Road America is Sebastian Bourdais. Last pit stop for Bruno, lap 48. As we work on lap 68, last time around. So presumably, if he could go 21 or maybe squeeze 22, he might be able to cash in. Bourdais, the race leader, 13 seconds to the good. The Newman Haas Lanigan McDonald's team getting set for their 6th trip to victory lane in 2007 in the Champ Car World Series. Bourdais would put an even tighter grip on his 4th consecutive series championship, which would be a record setter. Remember last year when he won his 3rd straight, he tied the late great Ted Horn. He's the only drivers to have won 3 consecutive, what are now Champ Car World Series championships. Bourdais, last couple of corners. Checkered flag from J.D. Wilbur will be in the air momentarily for the McDonald's team and their great young driver. And here he comes. It's the entrance to pit road. Ryan Dial moving by. Dial back 50th, 3 laps down. Checkered flag for Sebastian Bourdais. Bourdais wins the Champ Car Grand Prix of Belgium. Last lap for the leader, Bourdais. He's going to win the race in the championship. Here at Surfers Paradise, it does appear. Bourdais in the McDonald's car number 1 needed 12th or better to close things out here in Australia. Looks as though he will win his 7th of the season. Tracy trying to hang on.
Still running.
Yep. Checkered flag next time by.
Yeah, see, he's going to cross the line either way for the final lap. So what the heck? Stay out there. Maybe they'll just be...
We're going to stop halfway around. This is the last chance. If we're going to stop now, it has to be. We're going to quit halfway around the next lap.
Telemetry telling him he's going to dive to pit road.
I can't believe it.
He didn't roll the dice.
I thought he would stay out.
They're going to give him a splash.
They gave Paul the option.
For Paul Tracy, the thrill from West Hill, former winner here. A splash and go on the last lap.
That's enough.
They cut it too close on the field. Did they stall it? Not enough fuel pressure. Here's Bourdais. Headed to the house in the Newman Haas Lanigan McDonald's car number 1. What a great drive for the driver from Le Mans, France. 28 years of age. Bourdais started 4th here today. 6 poles on the season. This will be his 7th win in 2007. Sebastian Bourdais headed for the checkered flag. He is your winner and your Champ Car World Series champion.
Well done. You guys worked a whole weekend, a whole year for this. 4th champ. Congratulations.
4 in a row for Sebastian Bourdais, Newman Haas Lanigan, and the McDonald's team led by Craig Hampson. Bourdais still the leader by 1.5 seconds over Power. 1 to go. The signal from J.D. Wilbur to the leaders. Servia and Power on the button. Rahal's on the button. Tracy's on the button. Down the front stretch for the final time. In 2007, Neil Johnny there. Everybody using what they've got left in the bank. Dominguez trying to hold off Junqueira for 7th. Bourdais is still the race leader. There's the Sonny's Barbecue car of Junqueira. It's been a great end of the season run for Bruno. He will not get to the podium this time. He's able to hold off Johnny for 8th right now.
The gap between Sebastian Bourdais and Will Power was almost identical the last time around. So Will Power still has a little bit of power to pass left, but just amazing to me on this final lap that Sebastian Bourdais, who we thought could be a sitting duck, simply just drove away with less power to pass from Will Power.
Now here's Power. He's got 12 seconds left in his power to pass bank. Bourdais held on to his. He's got 22 seconds left, so the scales have turned again. Bourdais into the Peraltada, final time in the Champ Car World Series in 2007. Bourdais on his way to victory. Power has nothing left for him. Bourdais is going to close out his 4th straight championship. Jim Swindoll waves the checkered flag trackside. The McDonald's team and Newman Haas Lanigan wins again in Mexico City.
Congratulations, all you guys.
Down into turn 13 and 14. This time by, it'll be the white flag. That podium finish you mentioned, second back at Houston last year. And right now, Graham Rahal, he is going to end up leading 18 laps here if he holds on for this one. And a spin, that's at local right now at turn 10 with Ed Carpenter. They will not go full course yellow. Graham led 18 laps all of last year in his rookie campaign in Champ Car. He will become the youngest to ever win an IndyCar Series event if he can just get through about 7 more turns.
And all he's trying to do right now is hit his points, turn in, apex, and exit of the turn, and do everything really textbook style. He's got a great gap right now between himself and Helio Castroneves, no longer looking in the mirrors, just looking forward and trying to do everything perfectly.
Heading down towards where that local yellow is, he gets safely through. He's past the trouble area, so now, as he comes down through turn 12 into 13, he's going to say, hey, Pop, look at me. I'm going to win in my first IndyCar start out of turn 14. Here comes Graham Rahal. Say hello to a new star in the IndyCar Series. Rahal wins at St. Petersburg. Up towards the starter's tower and the start-finish line, where he will see the white flag. 1 lap, 2.12 miles on this Belle Isle racecourse. And Justin Wilson will win his first IRL IndyCar Series event. We told you he has 4 wins over in Champ Car. When he thought the beginning of this year, he thought he was the heir apparent to the throne of Champ Car. They were definitely the team to beat heading in there, and then all of a sudden, the world changed, and everything was moved over to the IndyCar Series with unification, and it has been a major struggle for both Newman Haas Lanigan racing teams. Although they had the brilliant moment with Graham Rahal winning back at St. Petersburg, other than that, it was a series of disappointments, especially for Justin. As we said, he finished 3rd at Edmonton. That was his best finish until right now, and he's just got a few more turns to go. He's heading for turn number 12.
Remember, he was a Champ Car runner-up in 2006 and 2007, so this will certainly be sweet for him. And his wife, Julie, just had a child earlier this year, so some special times here for him this year.
He'll be the 9th different winner this season, the 5th first-time winner, and here he comes for the checkered flag. Justin Wilson wins at Belle Isle.